Fester, my wife loves this soundbite.
Hello, Mr. MJ.
She loves it. Hold on a sec. Let me see if your microphone's working.
There we go. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything's breaking in this place.
Yeah.
My wife, Michelle, just...
Hello, Mr. MJ.
When Hadley, your daughter, who was in twice last week, kept saying...
Hello, Mr. MJ.
Michelle's like, you gotta grab that. Gotta grab that as a little sound effect.
Well,
a little drop in.
she was excited to be here for a couple of days, and if you have not seen her jokes on our YouTube channel, they're pretty funny.
Hello, Mr. MJ.
It's 6:01 at the MJ Morning Show on a Monday morning, and I also see you've got some newly buzz-shaved scullage going on. Is that?
Yeah.
It looks like a haphazard homemade job, but
Well, I mean,
it doesn't really take too much skill to shave your head. But what's different from Friday and now? Because you look different. I mean, the minute you walked in,
I straight razor shaved my head.
How do you get to the fat rolls?
Oh my God! Jesus!
The back is. If you look at the back,
hold on a second. This
Is your microphone messed up now?
Now Froggy's.
I'm in everybody's left ear now.
Oh my God!
Right here.
What's going on
I'm
here?
over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here.
This place is a hellhole. All right, hang on.
All right.
I could bring in my Radio Shack board if you would.
All right, hang on a minute. All right, go ahead and talk, Froggy.
I was going to say.
Okay, now it's right.
That if you look at the back of his head, that's where the difficult part comes in. The hot dogs back there. How do you get in between those hot dogs?
I'm glad you asked. And that's why I have children that have to hold the fat roll open while I shave in the middle. Yeah.
Really? They hold down your fat roll?
Well, because I shaved the whole head, right? And I went out and saw Hadley, and I was like, how does it look? And she goes, you have two hair smiles in the back of your head.
What's a hair smile?
Like, look right here in the back of my head.
Oh, yeah.
I think she missed a couple spots.
And she's like, you have two hair smiles.
Those are like Michelin Tire Man folds.
Right.
Two hatchet wounds.
So I have these two hatchet wounds and on the back of the head. And Hadley's like, how are
Can
you
you
going
show that to MJTV again?
Yeah, look at those things.
Yeah,
Those
turn
are
that
deep,
around.
man.
Hey, do you have that on MJTV? Do you have it? All right, thank you.
Right there, 1, 2. So
those are deep.
Hadley says you have these hair smiles.
They're like prop scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your head.
You were floating in
like a 90 horsepower just popped you.
I was very lucky. Very lucky.
A Yamaha?
Yeah, Yamaha probably looks like a Yamaha prop.
Right.
She had to stretch the fat roll out in the back of my head while I went in there with the shaver and got it as good as I could.
Oh, man. You just conjured up a really grotesque memory.
You're welcome.
My dad, I guess I was probably 5, 6 years old. My dad would always want massages. We'd be like lying on the couch or on the bed and watching TV or something. My dad would be like, "Hey, I need a back rub." And then
do you have a bad back or something? Or
not really. My dad just always wanted massages.
Jeez.
And then wait a minute. Then when I was 5 or 6, I just remember him wanting me to pluck the hairs that were growing on his shoulder.
What the hell?
And yeah, it's like, and the back of his shoulder, he'd be like, "Hey, can you pull those hairs out while you what the?"
It's abuse.
I just remembered that. I haven't thought about that in 40 years, probably, maybe more.
Your dad's about the same age as Robert Kraft, right?
No, well, how old's Robert Kraft?
I don't know. I mean, but they both like massages.
Oh, dude, that's, come on. It's not even in the same universe.
Listen.
It's not even the same thing. My dad's not going to, happy ending joints.
That you know of?
Yeah, we like human trafficked happy ending joints on Kennedy Boulevard or that was over in Jupiter.
But 83's Kraft, right?
Yeah, Robert Kraft is 83. My dad is 81, and he'll be 82 in October.
These two guys get along great.
Yeah. All right, Froggy back from little break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Froggy back. How was Reddington Beach?
Oh, it was lovely. Lots of fishing, lots of drinking.
So you didn't want to take the kids to like a national park or something? Or
No.
You guys didn't want to go on vacation anywhere?
We went on vacation.
Well, you went
free vacation.
You went from Hillsborough to Pinellas.
That's all we need, baby.
You drove across the Courtney Campbell.
We're simple people. Simple vacation. No need to go very far.
All right, I thought maybe you'd expose the kids to maybe Yellowstone or
Yeah, I peed on a rock, and then I called it Yellowstone at the beach. There you go, guys.
That's what I'm dealing with here.
Yellowstone,
right there. You guys ever seen Brownstown?
That's what I'm dealing with here.
Gather around, boys.
Yeah, I tell you what, we had some rain. I don't know about out at Reddington Beach where you were, or your house is in the town in Compton, and Fester, you're up in Lutz. I'm in South Tampa. We had rain on Friday night and then again yesterday that was just insane in the rain brain. Insane in the rain brain. Insane. It was nuts. We had flooding from the rain. I don't think I've ever, I'll talk about this later on. I don't think I've ever had that much rain since 1994 of being in South Tampa. I don't think I can ever remember having rain that intense, like that amount of rain in like an hour and a half there. And I shot video. Maybe I'll post it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm walking down my street and I've got the rain in the street midway up my shin, which would be,
we know how
like a foot, 10 inches, a foot, up close to my knee. That is how much rain fell. It was insane. And then yesterday, more rain late afternoon that was also intense. And I was at Walmart on Gandy, the South Tampa Walmart.
Right.
And it was nuts. I brought an umbrella in with me, so I was able to come and go, but all the people were like waiting in the store entrance for the rain to stop. And it wouldn't let up. And then Uni, our former intern from years ago, he sent me a photo about an hour after I left Walmart. Somebody drove off the parking lot into a retention pond in the Walmart parking lot on Gandy in South Tampa because they couldn't tell the difference between the parking lot and the retention pond. I posted, look, the pictures are up on my Instagram right now. It's insane. Go to Certified MJ Radio, and the car is submerged in a retention pond because someone drove right over the curb into the retention pond. It's on my Instagram right now, Certified MJ Radio. All right, we are just getting rolling at 6:07. Traffic's on with Pat. Going to be a busy Monday show, and we're back in minutes.
Well, we got something going on.
MJ Morning Show. Of course, you've seen, obviously, all the hurricane tracking stuff, and you got the barreling down in the Caribbean heading toward, well, looks like aimed toward like the Yucatan Peninsula, but just for a storm that big, that powerful this early in the season, I hope this is not an indication of the crap that's coming between now and the end of October, maybe even early November. You know, all the meteorologists and the National Hurricane Center and all the prognosticators calling this, going to be a whopper of a season. You know, sometimes they make predictions and they don't come to fruition. I would hope that this would not come to fruition. You want to hear something that sucks? Can you imagine you win a $127,000 jackpot at a casino and then they try to disqualify you on some BS trespassing charge and say we're not paying you?
It seems like lately there's been more and more stories about casinos trying to weasel out of giving payouts.
Yeah, there was a story of a woman that won, like, Wheel of Fortune, you know, the progressive Wheel of Fortune, that whole shebang. And I want to say, bring that up quickly. Wheel of Fortune, slot machine, winner, and then won't pay or malfunction. Type in malfunction. You know, because on a lot of these slot machines, I don't know if they still do it, but I know back in, years ago, the old like Bally and IGT machines used to have some kind of little note on the machine that said malfunction voids play or something to that effect.
What?
And yeah,
exactly. They can use that excuse anytime.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. They could just come up with, it was a malfunction, and we're not going to pay you the $5 million progressive jackpot. I said, is this the fresh one?
Yeah, from May 20th of this year.
Yeah. This was May 20th. This is just a month ago or so. Roni Beal, 72, claims she won a $1.2 million jackpot while playing the Bally's Wheel of Fortune slot. But she called slot supervisors to alert them to her win, but then she was informed the terminal had malfunctioned. And as the small print on the slot machine says, malfunction voids all pays and plays. That's in the story. That's from May 20. Where did that happen? Was that Atlantic City? Yeah, Bally's Atlantic City. They're still in business?
I guess so.
Bally's Atlantic City won't pay disputed $1.2 million Wheel of Fortune jackpot. That was May 20th. And I'll tell you what, she looks like she could use that money.
Boy, she's every day of those 72 years.
I don't know. It looks like she's got kind of a sunken meth face also.
Oh, that's hot. I love that look.
How many 72-year-olds are there on the meth?
Listen, I'm sure she's not.
I'm sure she's a lovely lady.
I'm sure she's a very lovely woman, but she could use a $1.2 million little makeover.
You know what?
Some extra money for a makeover is what I'm thinking.
Maybe a little filler.
Yeah, maybe a little filler. Exactly. Go to one of those cosmetic
Just
spas.
a little. Don't overdo it.
A little Botox, a little filler, some collagen, all that stuff. All right. So yeah, they wouldn't pay her $1.2 million. Is there anything more to this story? But then I'm about to go to another story.
So there's been nothing new since the original stories came out.
Well, I hope she's got a lawyer. And, what was the malfunction? And now she's preparing to sue Bally's, right? So she believes that the money's rightfully hers. It went off, says you're a winner, and gold coins popped out. She told 6 ABC in Philadelphia. This very nice guy says, oh, my God, you hit. Lady, you're a millionaire. And I'm like, oh, my God. Casino staff informed her that the machine had experienced a problem and was flashing a sign for a real tilt, which voided the play. Is that like the old pinball machines? If you roughhoused, if you abused the machines and you were jacking them around, that you'd get the tilt. Remember the old pinball machines would tilt?
I mean, did she hit the machine after she won?
I don't know.
How do you beat up a slot machine?
Yeah. When the man came over to talk to me, he said, lady, get it in your head. You won nothing. Wait, what?
What a jerk.
Get it in your head, lady.
When the man came over to talk to me, he said, lady, get it in your head. You won nothing. She later claimed that she was offered $350 as a goodwill gesture.
I'll take it.
I don't want a goodwill gesture. I want a Salvation Army thrift store gesture. That's what I want. I don't want goodwill. I want Salvation Army.
Give me a big red kettle full of cash.
Yeah. Beal's attorney, Mike DeCroce.
Hey, Mike DeCroce
Yeah,
over
I
here.
tell you what, he was just with Paulie Walnuts down in the Pine Barrens. I think. Is where he was. So Jim, yeah,
Mike DeCroce.
Mike DeCroce believes the casino staff foiled the machine. So he's the attorney for Beal. Believes they foiled the machine before anyone could take a look at it, and he's planning to file a lawsuit for the full jackpot plus $1 million for emotional distress. Yeah, Bally's had no comment on the incident. Bally's spokesperson told the New York Post that casino tech supplier IGT handles the payouts and would be best to comment at this time.
Well, Mike DeCroce has some questions here for IGT.
Well, hang on a minute. Who, are you playing Mike DeCroce?
Are you Mike DeCroce?
Okay, go ahead, Mike DeCroce.
Here at DeCroce and DeCroce, we are for the gambler. And we handle all your casino concerns very seriously.
Right.
And as far as this Jooch over here who says, get it in your head, lady.
You won nothing. Can you imagine a casino employee comes over and says, get it in your head, lady, you've won nothing?
Tell that Jooch I'm going to take him to court.
What the hell?
Willy Wonka, that guy.
Put him on the stand.
I haven't even gotten to the news story yet. Hold on, man. Then I forgot about some of the details on this one here. Let me see. Then there's another item in the Channel 6 Philadelphia story about in 2016, Katrina Bookman.
Yeah, Katrina Bookman. She was another client of DeCroce and DeCroce.
A single mother of 4 from Queens, New York, was playing an IGT slot at Resorts World, New York City, that offered a maximum payout of $6,500. So when she hit $42,949,672.76, the casino staff said it was a glitch. Instead of $42 million, she received $2.25. What?
Oh my gosh,
that's hard.
All right, so what happened? What's the news story?
And they're saying that the machine should have displayed free steak dinner. Wait a minute, what are there steaks flying around on those reels? What do you got, a ribeye?
Hey,
ribeye, ribeye, and a ribeye.
Ah, damn it, I was hoping for the porterhouse over here.
Anyway, let me get to the actual story I was planning on doing. Is a Detroit woman was up at the MGM Grand up in Detroit. You know, I actually played there. Yeah. When I was doing my afternoon show for 22 years, I would visit affiliates, and I would go around the country, and I would do my show on my network from different affiliates. And I had a Detroit affiliate.
That sounds awful.
And I was on a 1270 or something. I was on a station up in Detroit, and the midday guy at one of their, like the Hot AC, the Hot Adult Contemporary station, was a big fan of my show.
And a degenerate gambler.
And he was, I think it was was the afternoon guy. And he was like, hey, I'll take you, let's go out to dinner, and I'll take you downtown, we'll go to the casino.
Oh.
I played some craps at the MGM Grand in Detroit. Actually won a couple of $100. So this is where it happened, and I've been to this place. So this woman has been losing for years. Denise Ezrell finally hit a $127,000 jackpot at the Progressive Blackjack table at Detroit's MGM Grand. She's screaming. The gambler sitting next to her high-fived her. The dealer's like, congratulations. And then things went downhill. The casino, the MGM Grand Detroit, refused to pay her.
What is going on?
Yeah. And this, by the way, this is a big, David and Goliath type case, which is going to U.S. District Court. The 65-year-old working-class Detroiter sued the casino giant, MGM Grand, last week, saying that they concocted this bull bleep, and she says the bull bleep story, to avoid paying her her winnings. The lawsuit stems from an incident that happened last October when Ezel and a friend, they went into MGM Detroit, and she wound up winning the jackpot on a side bet playing progressive blackjack. According to the lawsuit, after making the move and having the big win, MGM told her that she was trespassing and refused to pay her. So back in 2015, apparently she had an argument with her sister at the casino, and they asked her to leave. And now they're coming back and saying that she was trespassing, and they're voiding her win. And I don't think she ever got a formal trespass notice. And
no, there's a paperwork that goes along with it. Take it from somebody who's been trespassed several times.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, your trespass notice at the laundromat.
Oh, that's long gone.
It's long expired.
That's over. We can go back to the laundromat on 4th Street after you get that trespass warning. That's exactly what should happen there.
There's paperwork. There's a paper trail for people getting trespassed.
But is that bogus? 2015, she had an argument with her sister. According to the pit boss, explained to her that the trespassing allegation came from 2015 when the casino accused her of panhandling and ordered her out of the building. She said, I was having an argument with my sister over money. And the deal was that when she was down and losing, the sister would cover her for a bit. And if the sister was down, then this woman would cover her sister for a bit. And the sister, I guess, pulled the plug, and they got into an argument. And somehow that turned into MGM accusing her of panhandling and throwing her out. But I don't know if there's a formal trespass notice. And also, is there an expiration date? I mean, it's almost 10 years later.
And she's been there dozens and dozens of times since.
This sounds so freaking bogus for them to get out of and really for MGM, $127,000. Get out of here. That's ridiculous. So,
well, her attorney, DeCroce and DeCroce offices, Atlantic City and Detroit.
I don't think she has Mike DeCroce, but she's got some other attorney. But what's going on with some of these casinos not want to pay out, people that are winning? 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got an early pile of morons in the news, which we do every morning about 6:40, and today's no different. I'm very happy with today's quality of imbeciles, and that's going to happen next here on the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM, Q105. I am very thrilled, ladies and gentlemen, to always tell you.
Morons.
Man,
Ew, it's dripping.
Hold on. Did
Yeah,
it get?
of course it's
wait,
dripping.
did your drink get into the keyboard?
probably.
Oh my God! How do you spill a? You're like a kid that spills something at every single meal.
And I just refilled it too.
I'm usually Mr. Spills.
Hold on. What's in that?
Juice.
Vodka.
No, really. What's in there?
Is it sticky?
No, it's nothing sticky.
Is it water or is it a
It's water
is
with
it-
his like
It's like
Mio
you know
stuff.
those little Mio squirters? I put a little Mio squirter.
All right, so it's mostly water.
Yeah.
All right, because I don't need like Mountain Dew or Pepsi all sticking up everything in here.
Ugh.
So let's talk about the differences in families.
What?
My daughter was amazingly perplexed. She couldn't get over it that Chloe'd never had Mountain Dew. On Thursday, when Chloe was here, she made the revelation, Froggy.
Yeah.
She'd never had Mountain Dew. And Hadley's like, how'd she never have Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
And because, it's like a food group in our house.
Yeah, Chloe, my daughter, who's 22, soon to be 23 in August, and then Hadley, Fester's daughter, who is 12, soon to be 13, I think, October?
October or something.
All right. You don't know October something?
Something.
You don't know?
Nah, I don't know.
Wait, they came in?
Yeah, they were both in the studio, yeah. And somehow it came up, and Chloe revealed that, I think we were talking about Mountain Dew for some reason, and Chloe revealed she never had Mountain Dew ever.
I haven't had one in 20 years.
So we were talking about
Same
Taco
here.
Bell. Taco
Yeah.
Bell's doing something. And
Yeah,
she
the new Mountain Dew chalupa. They take the whole chalupa and they drop it in a cup of Mountain Dew.
that actually sounds really good.
Right.
I mean, it's really
It's
good.
just a big floating soggy mess.
But she'd never been to Taco Bell.
It's like
and then
chum on top of the water when someone barfs.
she volunteered.
It's
I've never
fish
had
bait.
Mountain Dew either.
So yeah, that was a big revelation on the show. All right, have you
I think I'm cleaned
contained
up.
your spill?
I think I have.
He's unbelievable. This is terrible. Of course, it happened in Florida. Guy arrested for stealing money from a 12-year-old selling snacks in Miami.
No.
I mean, what kind of a real pathetic pile of crap do you have to be to steal money from a 12-year-old kid?
Yeah, how much cash is that kid going to have, really? Like, $12?
Yeah.
Rob a richer kid.
So this kid, 12 years old, named Noel Prince. It's very funny. I knew a Noel Prince, the Prince twins, growing up in Nanuet, New York when I was a kid. Yeah, I think it was Richard and Noel.
You knew a Dick Prince?
I knew Dick Prince.
Cool.
Oh, speaking of princes, you know what? We didn't watch House of the Dragon last night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we finished up The Bear. What a weird season.
I gave up after 2 episodes.
Weird good, weird.
I loved season 1 of The Bear. I did like season 2 of The Bear, even though it got some mixed reviews. And then season 3 of The Bear, I was nowhere near as excited as season 1 and 2.
Does the bear ever show up? Is there a bear in the show?
There's no bear in the show.
That's stupid.
So, I mean, there's some, I think, some hallucinations early on. But
that show was a little much for me.
There were moments. There were certain moments that I did like in season 3 of The Bear, but it's just a weird season. So Michelle and I kind of finished that up. It's those are like 30, 40-minute episodes, and 10 of them, and the season's done. All right, so where was I? All right, so Noel Prince, 12-year-old kid down in Miami, started a little business called Caveman Snack Shack.
What a stupid name.
Yeah. 12 years old, wanted to raise money to pay for his activities. Like, hold on, you called the 12-year-old's name stupid?
Caveman Snack Shack?
What if he sells like beef jerky and stuff?
I mean, that might make sense. I mean, name is something cuter. I mean, do you want to sell or not?
What do you want to call it? Like Paleo Snack Shack or something?
Something
Actually,
that's hot.
How about Neanderthal Snack Shack?
I want snack.
It sounds like a pretty creative name.
So I like it. I think Caveman Snack Shack's a great name. So he wanted to raise money for his own activities, football, and whatever else he was interested. He said he wanted to be independent on his own because I knew one day my mom was not going to be there.
Jeez.
So the kid sets up shop.
Kid's a ghoul.
Oh my God, his mom have like stage 4 or something?
But hang on a minute. But this is where it gets a little odd. The 12-year-old usually sets up shop at a 7-Eleven.
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, why? I don't want to take anything away from the kid here, but on the side of the road, yeah, but how does 7-Eleven let you compete and sell your own snacks?
Yeah.
It may not have the toughest.
I don't know what's going on here.
In this particular location.
There are a couple of curiosities. So the 12-year-old kid usually sets up his snack shack stand at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I'm going to set up my pancake booth in front of a Village Inn.
And this is, down in, Miami-Dade. And that's where he was heading last Friday when his mom, not far behind, suddenly a man ran up to him, snatched his bag that contained $40.
He stole his
Hold on. You're laughing?
I mean, the kid had 40 bucks.
What the hell's wrong with you?
That's not a very good heist.
Why are you laughing?
You probably got home and opened it and was like, man?
How much money do you think a kid at 12-year-old's going to have in a bag?
I was actually thinking less than 40 bucks.
Anyway, the thief was identified as 59-year-old Michael Hughes.
Mm.
Yeah, 59 years old. You're ripping off money from a 12-year-old snack kid? Yeah,
maybe he needs it.
It's a great way to go through life. Yeah, Prince said he chased after Hughes, who police said took the money out of the bag, tossed the bag, and then threw a rock at the 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, here's a picture of the kid. He's a young boy, 12 years old, and he has a little cart and he's hustling his goods.
Oh, poor thing.
Good for him.
Yeah.
9-year-old man, and tonight he's in jail.
Nico Clemens is live in Northwest Miami-Dade. And Nico, you spoke with that little guy and his mom?
Look at this.
Man, this is a brave young man, Juwan and Trina, and a young entrepreneur, just 12 years old. Noel goes out and sells candy, cookies, chips, and soda, with his mom keeping an eye over everything. He's making his own money. Well, police say, unfortunately, while this young man was trying to do something good, someone did something bad.
All right.
Well, he's trying to do something good.
That guy was long-winded.
Yeah.
But he didn't get far.
Oh, hey.
There's nothing like
Oh, are those Swedish fish?
I mean, there might be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think he's got some. So I'd buy those.
It looks like I think the sour gummies.
Okay.
Sour Patch Kids.
I'm a sucker.
Sell that stuff in front of a 7-Eleven. That's awful.
That's what I'm saying.
He has a
Take his
Slurpee
ass
machine.
out.
How did 7-Eleven allow him to set up his own snacks? That's what they're selling the same stuff inside 7-Eleven. What is, next, his mom's going to be rolling out a Slurpee machine out of the minivan.
Hey, MJ,
Hey, can I sell my hot dog roller machine?
in the city of Tampa, have you guys noticed?
Oh, I just thought of something. At the beginning of the show, we talked about your hot dog rolls in the back of your head.
Yes.
And the fact that Fester has a newly shaved head.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go to 7-Eleven and put your hot dog rolls on the roller, on the machine.
That would be a burn.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, that'd be really painful.
Would your hot dog rolls in the back of your head actually go on the hot dog rollers?
They probably would on the big beefy one, and you could just have a free lick if you like.
Anyway, what a piece of crap.
Have you guys noticed in the city of Tampa,
Guy was arrested, by the way. Yes.
children about 10 or 12 years old hustling water in traffic?
I haven't seen that one.
I think I've seen it twice
Really?
in the last couple of weeks. Really young kids.
Like at intersections?
Yeah, but walking between cars holding up.
Well, like Nebraska and Fowler or something?
Yeah, maybe
or?
near the university
Right,
area, but young kids.
So
that are
like Fletcher and Bruce B. Downs or something?
Yeah. 56th Street over there. But
Did
yeah.
you buy any?
No.
Oh, it's probably fit.
I mean, that's
I
awful.
carry my own
Can
water.
you imagine you got a 59-year-old kid or a 59-year-old guy ripping off a kid for $40?
Terrible.
But I think I'm more intrigued by the fact that 7-Eleven allows him to sell competing snacks at the 7-Eleven. What?
This is first taste in real business.
I would
Getting
like
ripped
to
off.
announce the opening of my son's concession stand, Waffles. We're going to be doing it in front of
The Waffle House.
the Waffle House.
Yeah. I'm guessing that the regional manager or the district manager for 7-Eleven is going to put a stop to this. All this attention is going to get the kid kicked out of 7-Eleven.
I know he has a bag of Jack Links for $1, and inside there's $7. I'm buying from the kid.
I don't think he's losing $6 on the Jack's Links or whatever the hell it is. $6.50 at the MJ Morning Show. A little early dose of morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. 2 college brothers moving in storage. Oh, we start the 7 o'clock hour in a minute, and we're loaded today. It's a busy Monday. If you're making a move, and of course... 2 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here, still minus Roxanne. Roxanne is, I guess, on an airplane right now, flying over from Italy. Yeah, the Italian vacation is over. Man, I don't know if I should do it, but she sent some videos from the airplane, I think, as they were, I guess, getting ready to push back.
I'm trying to make him out because it sounds like she's talking really low.
It sounds like she's all pilled up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at her in the still frame of the video.
But it's bizarre sounding. It's like she's already kind of loopy, woozy. Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, I was watching an old episode of Cops, which that's become my latest background noise as I'm doing like show prep, or I'll just put on Pluto TV and there are like 30 seasons of Cops, like old episodes. And speaking of loopy, I pulled a couple of great sound effects, which are going to be multi-purpose little audio bites for the show. So this is from like a 2016 episode of Cops. Listen to this.
Meth! Yes, sir! Meth! Yes, sir!
I like it.
Meth user.
Meth! Yes, sir!
Yeah.
Meth! Yes, sir!
And of course,
whoa.
Oh, I did a mega mix there.
Meth! Yes, sir! Hawk Tuah!
Yeah, so
that girl's getting so famous.
Meth! Yes, sir!
Yeah, some country dude pulled her on stage. The Hawk. We'll get into that later on.
But she didn't know the words, so she just started screaming.
Yes, sir!
Oh my God! So I got the meth guy, and of course that works very well today because, of course, today is Monday, and of course a little meth, yes sir, works great.
6 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a dream. I thought I heard MJ talk about crystal methamphetamine.
Meth! Yes, sir!
It's just another meth lab Monday.
Oh yeah!
The crooks are on the run day.
Oh yeah!
The cops are gonna come day. It's gonna be a fun day. It's just another meth lab Monday.
Yeah, I don't have a meth story today, but I have this new audio bite where the guy says
Meth! Yes, sir!
and then the same dude from Cops also said,
I smell some marijuana. I'm a marijuana smoker.
How many times was this guy? Is it the same clip? Or?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I broke it up.
Meth! Yes, sir! I smell some marijuana. I'm a marijuana smoker.
The hell?
This guy's a mess.
It's very niche stuff, Bo. I like it.
What do you mean it's niche stuff?
We can't just like
Niche.
we can't like meth. Yes, sir. We're talking
Meth! Yes, sir!
Dude, there are tons of meth stories that we do, and that's just perfect.
Meth! Yes, sir!
And then there are tons of marijuana stories. Hey, you've got Amendment 3 coming up in November to legalize recreational pot
Oh yeah.
here in the state of Florida.
I smell some marijuana. I'm a marijuana smoker.
Oh, man, it's perfect.
Is he a registered voter though?
Yeah. Well, I don't even think that guy's in Florida, though. But I love this dude.
I smell some marijuana. I'm a marijuana smoker.
This guy was like totally wigged out, totally drugged out. All right, so we have new laws going into effect today.
July 1st.
Today is July 1st. There are, I think, 200 new laws. Wow. It's like a lot. But I've only narrowed it down to 3 that I find interesting.
Okay.
Right? All the other ones are just boring-ass new laws. But there are 3 or so new laws that go into effect that I find interesting. Homeowners associations. Some of those HOAs can be a pain in the ass. I mean, it's like you want to do meth.
Meth! Yes, sir!
Yeah, some of these HOAs push you to drugs. But new House Bill 1203 limits homeowners associations where you could have like some, Gestapo-like experiences with some of these HOAs. Yeah. And some new laws go into effect here, or a new law that protects homeowners. The bill says that HOAs can no longer fine residents for leaving trash at the end of their driveway if it's within 24 hours of pickup time. That's like a real stickler. You got like these HOA Nazis that run around. Oh, it's 27 hours before trash pickup time. You're outside of the 24 hours. Boom, $50 fine.
What happened is you put your can out too early, or if you left it more than 30 minutes after trash pickup that you'd get a fine.
Oh, yeah.
I like to leave mine out. I like to be last on the street.
Yeah, but you don't have an HOA, right?
No.
No, you're in town and Compton.
I thought you don't call it town and Compton. It's town and country.
All right, sorry.
What's the matter with you?
I made a mistake.
Compton's the other side.
So, so HOAs cannot also fine residents for leaving holiday decorations up past the specified time or ban residents from parking personal vehicles, including trucks or commercial vehicles, on their properties. These are big changes.
I remember my uncle moved to Florida. He had an HOA, and his neighbor 6 houses down had a legs pantyhose route.
Yeah.
Remember, like the legs?
Yeah.
It was like an egg.
Yeah.
Thing. And
yeah, the pantyhose that came in a plastic like Easter egg.
Right. And
eggs.
Legs. And he had this van.
Get it?
Oh, wow. That's why.
Yeah. Leg and then egg.
Oh.
And
I never put it together.
But this guy had his legs pantyhose route. That was his whole business. He had a whole family.
And let me guess, racked up like $12,000 in fines.
Well,
and then they foreclosed on his house, and he was homeless. And then he lived in the legs van down by the river.
Well, what this guy did was he had heavy magnets, and he put a sheet up on the side of his van every night.
Oh, to cover up the
cover up the
commercial
legs. So it'd be like this bed sheet, which made it look much worse.
God.
But he was trying to spite the HOA.
So HOAs cannot fine residents for leaving up holiday decorations out past the specified time, and they can't ban residents from parking personal vehicles, including trucks or commercial vehicles, on their properties. So I guess like the driveway, a lot of don't HOAs, or if you have a long vehicle and it's like an inch over like your driveway apron. You know.
If you're a plumber, you have your plumbing company is branded on your truck.
Plumber's crack. You can now have plumber's crack. The HOA can't fine you for plumber's crack.
I don't know if that ever has been against the HOA, but you couldn't park the plumber truck in the driveway.
Right.
So now you can.
So this changes. I mean, these are big changes when it comes to HOAs. No longer rules for the inside of the home, things that are visible or all right. So there will no longer be rules for things inside the home or things that are not visible outside the home as well. What the hell was the homeowner telling you that you could, the whole association, what were they telling you couldn't do inside the home?
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, some of the greatest videos on YouTube are HOA meeting fights.
Oh, God. I mean, they can be bad, especially here in Florida.
Oh, they're good.
Then the next big law that takes effect today, the release of balloons. House Bill 321 says that purposely letting go of balloons will result in a $150 fine to protect Florida's wildlife. Children under 6 or younger are exempt from being fined. What is that? So
I'll just hand the group of balloons to my kid.
So a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1-year-old, they can accidentally release a balloon or intentionally release a balloon. So let's say you want to release a bunch of balloons.
Right.
If you're a 30-year-old mother, you just give the whole balloon bouquet to your 5-year-old kid and let them release the balloons.
We're legal now, honey.
Found me a loophole.
So all the children can say goodbye to Meemaw in a really classy
How
way.
about those fire lamps that people send up like for their dead people?
Oh yeah, they Hey, guess what?
Those things cause fires.
Hey, I told the story. I saw this like months ago, maybe 6, 8 months ago. It was I think last fall, and I'm on the street doing my walk, and it was like at dusk. I was doing my nighttime walk, a couple of miles, and I see like 25 people on my street, and they all have these paper lanterns that they're lighting.
Oh, someone passed away.
Exactly. But they were not from our neighborhood. They just came to our neighborhood, to my street.
Burn this place down.
Near Tampa Bay. And just releasing dozens of the, and I'm like, wait a minute.
But they probably wanted to do it by the water.
I get it.
Which is great.
But releasing these things in my neighborhood, and they're floating over to people's houses. What if it torched somebody's shrubbery, or what if it
lands right in somebody's brown leaf pile?
You know, lands on somebody's lawnmower gas can or something, blows the whole damn neighborhood up.
You should have turned your sprinkler system on.
Yeah, listen, I empathize for your deceased loved one or friend, but I just don't know if it's very safe to release dozens of these flaming lanterns above all of our houses. Anyway, so balloon releases are now illegal, $150 fine. Because listen, they can choke sea life, dolphins, and turtles, et cetera. And then, I think this is the biggest of all. New law here in the state of Florida today, July 1. All adult entertainers have to be 21 years or older.
I thought that was always the law.
No, I guess you could be 18 and be a stripper.
Ooh.
You know what? You think we can go to the stripper phones and find like an 18, 19, or 20-year-old stripper that's now out of work?
Yeah, they're probably getting to the unemployment office really early this morning.
Listen, I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Hey,
okay.
Monday morning, July 1, do we have any 18, 19, or 20-year-old strippers that are listening? Or maybe you were, thinking about going, maybe you just graduated from Durant High School and you want to get a gig at one of the strip clubs on Adamo. I don't know. Listen, any 18, 19, or 20-year-old strippers that are now out of work because of the new adult law, entertainment law, that all adult entertainers have to be 21 years or older. That's, by the way,
pretty sure Tootsie's is hiring.
That's strip clubs. It's massage parlors. I think it's any adult establishment. Just out of curiosity, any 18, 19, or 20-year-old strippers listening right now? 800-990-1047. I do not expect to get any phone calls.
I don't know.
800-990-1047. Or do you know any aspiring 18, 19, or 20-year-old strippers that are now out of work?
Dude, why stripping? You can do OnlyFans now. Are strippers even a thing?
800, yes, strip clubs are still a thing there, Froggy. 800-990-1047. If there are any 18, 19, is this creepy or what?
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it really is.
18,
I'm staying out of this one.
18, 19, and 20-year-old strippers, or if you know somebody that was in that range and now their career dreams are dashed.
You love talking to this adult worker for.
Until they're 21.
All right.
Listen, hey, brand new law goes into effect today. I don't expect the phones to ring at all on that. And then there was one other one that I found interesting that, wine containers. So they can now sell like 5-gallon boxes of wine. There was like a limitation on the size of like the box or bottle of wine. And now that's essentially
They
essentially
sell
gone away.
5-gallon boxes of wine?
Yeah, the minimum was or the maximum was like 1 gallon. So now you can sell almost 4 gallons of wine in one container, 3.96 gallons, 15 liters. So that's now available. Oh, and then motor vehicle racing penalties. You got a couple of bills. Illegal street racing, 2 bills increase the penalties and fines for those involved in drag races and street takeovers, where they're doing donuts in the middle of intersections.
Oh, that's just good fun.
Yeah, and the bystanders can now be hit. So if you're a bystander and I don't mean literally because some of those cars fishtail and fling bystanders like through the air, but a bystander can now be charged and fined for going to one of these street races or one of these street takeovers where they're, in the middle of an intersection, lighting crap on fire and doing donuts.
Yeah, a lot of these things are some real government overreach.
No 18 or 19 or 20-year-old strippers called in. I'm dismayed.
Come on, Mercedes.
All right. Come on, Lexi. Call in. All right, 7:16 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop content. Oh, there is an explanation for some of the big lice outbreaks.
Ew.
Oh, yeah. So teenagers and you're going to love this. You're not going to. They now have a correlation between teenagers and lice breakouts. You got
nice, baby.
You got nationwide, man. Hang on a minute. That's just one thing you got to hear when we get back in minutes. Also, man, you got to hear the story about a bus aide, a school bus aide. This is nuts. And I've got a story about maybe the most ballsy shoplifting attempt ever. At a Home Depot. You got to hear that. Man, I can't even scratch the surface on what's coming up because I got an hour and 20 minutes to fill with Froggy and Fester next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So, Veterans Ford. 5 at the MJ Morning Show. The Hawk Tuah girl was on stage with some country dude. I know I've heard the name. Listen, I'm just being honest. I'm not a country music fan per se, and I know probably the least about country music than any other genre. I know the big names that are out there, but I just don't know much about country music. So
yeah, Zach Bryan.
Yeah, is that Luke?
I don't know.
Isn't there a Luke Bryan or Brian?
Luke Bryan.
Is it Brian or Bryant?
I don't.
Luke is this Luke? All right, so who the hell's Zach Bryan?
Another country act. I don't know.
So he brings out the Hawk Tuah girl on stage.
It's the best thing to happen to his career because I've never heard of Zach Bryan before today.
Oh man, I was at an event on Saturday morning, right? I'm at this event, and the adults at the event were talking about the Hawk Tuah girl.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
Get me?
She's great.
Country singer Zach Bryan brought out the Hawk Tuah girl, Haley Welch, to perform with him on his Quittin' Time tour in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, the Hawk Tuah girl, who's 23 years old, made a surprise appearance at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's a big stadium. He's playing up in Foxborough later this month.
This guy plays stadiums? What is going on with the country music?
He can't be the headliner.
So the Hawk Tuah girl helped him sing a song he does called Revival.
I think the only part she knew of Revival was...
A revival is the...
I have no idea. I if somebody called me up on the phone, hey, congratulations, it's Maniac Marty. For $1 million, name one Zach Bryan song, I would have totally blown the $1 million.
Didn't he get arrested last year and was berating a cop, just treating a cop like crap?
I have no idea who this guy is.
There's the
Morgan Wallen.
Wallen.
No, this guy.
Wallen threw that chair off the 6-story roof of some bar, right?
If you look
and
up this,
almost hit 2 cops.
There's a cop cam of this guy getting arrested, and he's like, "Do you know who I am? I'm Conway Twitty," or whatever the hell his name is.
Zach Bryan.
I'm Zach Bryan.
Yeah. But the Hawk Tuah girl
Hawk Tuah
on stage, and I guess the audience went crazy.
This is a little ridiculous, the Hawk Tuah thing.
Yeah.
No, she's great. This is the hot girl of summer, man.
I noticed she has a lazy eye. Did you notice that? I follow her on Instagram.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh,
That
you
do.
gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, God, man.
What are her parents doing?
I'm sure her parents are very proud. Mama's very proud of that.
So he was pulled over in Oklahoma.
This is Zach Bryan?
Yeah, in September
right?
of last year. And then after waiting in his car for a while, he gets out and knocks on the officer's trooper vehicle and says, hey, let's take it so long.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. You stay in your vehicle. Yeah, don't approach the trooper. Just stay in your car.
What's up with these country guys? They're out of control.
Yeah, right?
It's not like the old days. Like Garth Brooks never threw chairs off of buildings.
Exactly.
You never heard?
Yeah, friends in low places.
Yeah. George Strait never did anything like this.
None of them.
And then, speaking of music, Justin Timberlake, who was performing at the Boston Garden over the weekend. Listen to this audio. Is he making a drunk driving joke on the heels of his drunk driving arrest, his
Are you kidding me?
DWI? Listen, this is Justin Timberlake on stage Saturday night up in Boston at the Garden.
So, is there anyone here tonight that is driving exhausted?
What? What'd he say?
Is there anyone here tonight that's driving?
So, is there anyone here tonight that is driving exhausted?
And then it's like, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, is there anyone here tonight that's driving? And then,
Justin.
no, I'm kidding.
So, is there anyone here tonight that is driving exhausted?
Yeah,
Tired of
I
him.
don't know. I probably don't joke about that, is what I'm thinking. What was my teaser before the break, Fester?
I don't know.
I think both of you guys kind of snapped to attention. Come on.
Yeah, Fester, you remember?
What?
Oh, yeah, but you remember too.
Oh.
I don't want to take it from you.
Nah, I want
You
to
had it.
You guys commented on what I teased that was coming up.
Yeah, it's the
The comment
the thing
that we commented
Fester,
on.
you know.
You know what?
It was the teenagers and lice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, I teased before the break, and I said, hey, we got an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ coming up.
It's making my head itch.
And I got this story. It's a little psychosomatic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Got a story coming up about teenagers and lice. There have been increases in the amount of lice cases with teenagers. And do you know what it is being attributed to?
Not showering often?
Dry hair shampoo?
Not showering often is not on the board. What do you say?
That dry shampoo?
Show me dry shampoo.
Damn it.
No. Nope, neither of you guys.
People hugging homeless people?
You know, you're getting closer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about people having hair sex? When you just rub their hair together really fast.
Show me hair sex.
Damn it.
Sorry.
What else could it be?
The Callahans just took it. They just stole it.
I hate the Callahans and their brake pads.
All right. Here it is.
What is
Why are teenage lice cases increasing?
Was I really close when I said hugging homeless people?
Well, getting close is getting close.
The increase of homeless people?
Nope. It's nothing.
How they're everywhere?
It has nothing to do with homeless people.
Oh.
It's teenagers getting close together for selfies.
They're giving each other lice?
Yeah, the lice are jumping off of like one teenager's head to like, because
Let's go, guys.
you've got all these teenagers are like they're doing the selfies, and one person's holding the camera out, and they're all jammed close together because you're only holding the camera like arm's length away. So the teenage heads being close together, it's causing the lice to jump, and that's why they're saying that selfies with teenagers are to blame for the lice outbreaks that have occurred recently.
All right, hold on. Haven't people been doing selfies for a really long time?
Well, not
isn't something new.
No, selfies. I mean, in the scheme of things, selfies are relatively new, and you have a lot of it's teenage girls mostly. Teenage girls are like grouping together, and they're getting so close, they're touching heads together, and that's how you transmit lice, by touching heads together. And you've got a doctor, one pediatrician said he's seeing an uptick in older kids with infestation compared with 5 years ago. That would be somewhat new. And the pediatrician, Sharon Rink, R-I-N-K, says that she's attributing it to social media selfies, and she's calling it social media lice.
All right, hold on. You're right. It's fairly new in the course of human events, yes. But in the last decade, this isn't new. How can we have it?
It's the last 5 years that there's been an uptick.
Right.
I would say that selfies have increased over the last 5 years. You know, group selfies. I mean, it's not brand new, but this doctor is saying, hey, why are there more lice cases in teenagers? Why are there more now than there were years ago? And again, you got all these teenage girls, they're getting together, they're all squeezing in for a picture, they're touching heads, and the lice are just jumping from Olivia to Sarah.
Let's go to Susan.
There's no teenager now called Susan, okay?
Let's go to
Beth. No, you got to come up with the Riley and Megan. You got to come up with like current names.
I want to jump on old people's head like Sophia.
Dude, if I had lice, I would.
Sophia's not an old name. Sophia's a hot new name again.
If you had lice,
it'd be like lice jumping from Gertrude to Ethel's head. Yeah.
The purple hair.
Circa 1921.
Ethel, let's take a selfie before I die.
That's all his lice jumping. So
that's disgusting. Kids are just gross.
Well, it's one gross kid who's infecting the group.
Yeah, so heads up. I mean, literally heads up on this thing. Lice. I'm gonna tell you a story about a school bus aide that is insane. This is out of Connecticut, and a Connecticut school bus aide, the aide that'll ride on some school buses.
Yeah, help with some students.
Do they have aides on all of the local buses or no?
I don't know.
Is it just something like high school, junior high, elementary? I know that locally there are some aides. I don't know if they're on every bus, though. But listen to this. A school bus aide up in Connecticut was arrested after he bit a 9-year-old boy during a ride. Juan Carlos Rodriguez was caught on the school bus in-bus onboard camera biting the kid, who is autistic. Darien, Connecticut police were alerted about the incident that occurred as the bus was taking kids from a private special education school from one location to another. And the boy's mother reported the incident after noticing a bite mark on the child's back. Then video footage from inside the bus confirmed the boy's story, as the 27-year-old Rodriguez was seen making contact with...
So much at stake.
What the heck is that?
You left your internet up, but I have the video of the school bus driver taking a chomp out of the kid.
What?
Yeah, the video's available.
What's the matter with this guy? You hungry?
So in addition to the incident, there were other allegations involving the aide, 27-year-old Mr. Rodriguez, and the boy. He allegedly hit the child with his phone, wiped mucus on him, and licked his face in separate incidents over a 3-week period.
I can't do the mucus stuff.
Oh my God! What is going on?
That takes me back. Remember the story when I told you?
I don't want to hear any. I don't want to hear anything.
When I got
I don't need to hear it. So Rodriguez turned himself in to law enforcement, and he's been fired. He's been fired from his job as a school bus aide. So
It looks like a woman.
We now know in Darien, Connecticut, that it is it's detrimental to your job to bite a kid on the back, hit him with your cell phone, wipe boogers on him,
boogers on
him, and what was the other one?
Wait, that's a woman doing that.
That's a different story.
And licking the face. Juan Carlos Rodriguez is the bad apple here.
Rather disgusting.
I have a shoplifting story that's insane, and this actually is a great segue into a policy change regarding shoplifting at a major retailer here in the United States. So heads up, I'll get to that in a second. But, man, this takes some cojones. This dude at a Home Depot up in Pennsylvania, this guy steals 2 DeWalt 21-inch push mowers.
Wow.
Steals 2 21-inch DeWalt. Now, I don't know if I would have done this story with just the mowers, but it's the next thing that he tried to steal that caught my attention, because this is pretty ballsy. So this dude steals 2 DeWalt push mowers, total value about $1,200.
Yeah, so you just walk them right out?
About $600 a piece. And then the suspect tried to commit a second theft. He tried to steal a washer and dryer combo set on display on the floor. The guy just tried to take him out. Just walk him right out of the store.
Did they stop him?
Yes. So, I mean, is that nuts? The suspect tried to commit a second theft by taking a washer and dryer combo on display, but he was stopped. But the guy had already stolen 2 DeWalt XR push mowers valued at like $1,200. But he was stopped, and they're looking for him. They've got video of him. They've got video of him just wheeling the 2 lawnmowers right out. And you got
they didn't stop him.
No, you got
they videoed him.
Hang on. You got the flat carts. You got the push carts.
Yeah.
You get in the Home Depot parking lot, you roll it in. If you got some big items, you put it on the push cart. Like at Sam's Club or Costco as well. Do they still have the push carts, right?
At Sam's?
Yeah, they still have those. You got the shopping cart, and then you have the flat push cart as well.
For the cases and cases of stuff.
Exactly. So this guy's on video just wheeling the 2 lawnmowers out, and then he tried to steal a washer and dryer because, Lowe's and Home Depot, they've got the whole appliance section that they've had for years. And this guy's trying to lift up a washer and dryer, just wheel it right out of the store. I mean, just brazen.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the shoplifting and the retail theft these days is absolutely nuts. But this is a great segue that Target stores is pushing a huge shoplifting crackdown because, man, they're losing. It's got to be $1 billion a year they're losing to theft. It's a fortune. Target is planning to crack down on retail theft by lowering the amount of theft that a shoplifter can steal before loss prevention or other Target employees intervene to try to stop the theft. Now, remember in the past, you've had all these stories how people working for a company, they were told you don't stop a shoplifter, let them go, unless you're like trained loss prevention. And remember, there have been stories where employees at big box stores, they've been fired because they broke policy by trying to protect the company's assets, like chasing somebody out into the parking lot, getting into an altercation. But I think like Walmart, I remember some stories that shoplifter was confronted by an employee. You have an employee trying to stop a shoplifter, and then the employee ends up getting fired because there was a no confrontation policy for the shoplifter.
As an employee, I don't care how much somebody's stealing. It's not worth me getting stabbed over.
For real.
That's what I'm thinking.
The Target Corporation, apparently, retail theft has nailed them. their bottom line, as with many other big box and big companies, their bottom lines have been absolutely nailed because of retail theft, shoplifting.
At last year's annual meeting, they said they're going to lose between $700 and $800 million.
To law. I said $1 billion. I was pretty damn close.
Total losses, $1.2 billion this fiscal year.
Yeah, I said it's got to be $1 billion that Target's losing. So what's going on here? Target is in the process of changing policy and instructing store staff at Target to stop thieves who try to flee with items totaling at least $50. And the previous number was $100. So Target is now lowering the threshold on how much stuff you can steal before the Target team member steps in to try to stop you.
So I could steal $30 worth of Target
you're
stuff
home free
every day.
$49.99, you're free.
Wow.
$50, they're going after you. So attention all thieves, attention all disgusting, vile shoplifters. Target's had enough of your crap. So now it's going to be a $50 threshold that they're going to stop you from stealing stuff. Our priority remains ensuring the safety of the team and guests while maintaining the positive experience Target shoppers expect. That's according to a Target spokesperson giving that quote to Bloomberg Business. The new policy will take effect later this summer, so it's not in effect now.
I was talking with a friend of mine whose wife works at a department store, Dillard's, and she sees it every day, and there's nothing they do. It's not worth stopping them over.
It is so foul, just seeing people rip stuff off. Yeah. And we've seen the brazen takeovers where a mob will run in and just grab stuff. Remember the department store theft out in like the Los Angeles area, and they were just grabbing like expensive purses like Gucci and Chanel. I think they went into was it a Nordstrom or a Macy's or something out in near L.A., and the mob rolled in, and they were even grabbing stuff that still had like the little stainless steel security cables where they would cable some of the expensive items to the rack. They're dragging the freaking racks out of the store with the cables still attached.
Have you noticed now every Walmart has the electric gate, where 2 years ago they didn't? Walmart got hit by several large crowds, like 200 people, flooding into a Walmart and just taking everything. But now every Walmart has the little gate.
Hey, Froggy, you should have gotten the Walmart electric gate account.
Well, I've been selling a lot of locking door kits. That's all they really have to do.
I'm sure. Well, listen, you go to some pharmacies, you go to some CVS's and Walgreens, and even Target and Walmart, and some of the items are behind those plexiglass, and some are locked.
Yes.
You know, I was when I took Julian back up to school back in May, when I took Julian up for summer classes, and we flew into Newark so we could stop at Costco and stop at Target to get a whole bunch of stuff for him for the dorm room for the summer, and then moving over into the fall. We stopped at a Target in Jersey City. Stopped at a Target, and you had to go hunt down the guy with the key to get freaking toothpaste.
Yeah.
It was such a pain.
Seriously. And the Gillette, the razors, he needed some razor cartridges. And you had to hunt down the guy, and he had to come down the aisle with his little stack of keys and open up the doors. I mean, the stuff was like locked behind like glass refrigerator doors. You know.
Another way they're cutting down is they have the checkout areas in the department. They've always had it like in the electronics area.
Yeah.
But now I've been seeing it more and more in different departments.
I've not seen that. But heads up, if you're a disgusting, filthy shoplifter, Target's going to be coming after you if they recognize that you're stealing at least $50 in merch. Right. And that's going to happen sometime later this summer. I have a question for the women out there. So women that are listening to the MJ Morning Show right now, these apparently are words that will turn a woman off automatically. So if you're trying to ask a woman out, if you're interested in a girl and a woman, apparently these words are massive turnoffs. And in some cases, the woman's just going to, blow you off and nope, you're not going to have a chance. This is a 32-year-old. So 32 is millennial, right? 32 is what?
We really need to print out a chart.
Yeah. Well, no.
We should put it on the wall.
I know that Generation Z is 1997 to 2012. That's generation. So I think millennials got to be 32 because they're not Gen Xers.
Let's go with millennial.
Yeah. So millennial, 32-year-old millennial by the name of Alicia. She is in the media business, some kind of media advisor. And she says this is a consensus among friends as well, that if you ask somebody out on a date, do not use these words. She says that this is a complete and utter turnoff if a guy tries to pick you up or ask you out on a date by saying, number one, you want to hang out. What? She says, nope. No dice. So a guy trying to hit on a woman, pick up this person, ask him out on a date, but use the terminology, hey, you want to hang out.
Hang out? Oh, my goodness.
Deal breaker.
What's the matter with that?
And then the other one is, hey, let's catch up. So she says, hang out and catch up are no-nos. And you just got to say, hey.
Let's bang.
Right?
Come on. Stop.
That's the one right there.
Come on, please.
Respectfully. And then put that at the end.
Please, come on.
And let's take the trolley to Pound Town.
So, both of you.
Put it out there.
Stop.
What trolley is this?
Let's catch up.
Stop.
I tell you.
So,
ding, ding.
Women don't like to say, don't like you to say, hey, let's hang out. Women don't like you to say, hey, let's catch up. And she says that she and her friends,
hey, let's mustard,
are immediately turned off by those expressions in an attempt.
I don't want to catch up with you.
What am I, Heinz bottle?
All right.
I'd like to mayo.
I'm moving. Stop.
What's the matter with these words, and what's the matter with a woman that would think that's
It sounds like one woman who's writing a clickbait article. Yeah. Don't tell me to hang out.
And I'm waiting for you guys to say that they will not relish the situation.
Oh,
right,
nice.
Stop.
That's good stuff.
All right, it's awful. It absolutely sucked. Cancel me now. All right. Then the other relationship item that I have is what signifies this one thing. I might go to phones on this. One thing that signals that there's a future. So whether it's a woman or a man, there's this one simple thing that occurs that is like a first step that there is a long-term future with this individual. It's one of the early steps.
I know for sure.
That signals that there is a future. So men, women, there's an act that occurs that suggests that it's the beginning of a potential long-term future. And it might not always come to fruition. It might not always pan out. But this is one of the first items that dictates that you might, again, I underscore, might be on the path to a longer-term relationship. What is the one act? And again, it could be men or women. What is the one act? You know, I'm going to grab calls on this. 800-990-1047. What are you scoffing at?
I have a good guess.
Froggy, you should call in.
You're going to guess it right off the bat?
I'm going to guess hold their hair while they vomit in the toilet.
What is wrong with you?
That's a very, you go out, you party together, she gets a little sick. That's a good answer, right?
That's a great answer.
Bad answer.
What?
Let's go to phones on this. What is the one simple act that could be an indication that there is a possible long-term future with the individual? 800-990-1047. Let's take some guesses here.
This is so wide open.
800-9. I bet you someone guesses it pretty close to the beginning of me taking calls. 800-990-1047. What is this one simple act either a man or a woman does that signals that there could be a future here? 800-990-1047 is how you get in. What is it? 800-990-1047. All right. Andrew's off this week, by the way. Andrew is doing a Disney vacation. Of course. That's
jealous.
Only goes to Disney.
Disney
so,
Love Fest.
Ryan is filling in, screening calls now. Christina in Brandon, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Christina, what is this one act?
I think it's using the bathroom in front of the other. Like, you know.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
That's worse than Froggy's.
Yes.
That's worse than vomit. That's worse than vomitous hair holding.
She's right, though.
No. I mean the other thing. I mean, taking a dump or.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
I mean, if you're going to do that in front of somebody, you're obviously comfortable enough to stick with them, right?
You are correct, Christina.
No, thank you.
Hi, Christina. Not a bad guess, but not what I'm looking for. But Christina, thank you for calling in.
You okay in there, honey?
Open the door.
All right. Let me grab Jose in Sarasota. Jose, by the way, I didn't have to dump that last call. Get it? All right. There could have been a different word that you used. I would have dumped the. All right. So 800. That opens up a lot. Oh, it's already filled. But 800-990-1047 is how you get in. Jose in Sarasota. Hi, Jose.
How you doing?
Doing well. So what is it?
They merged their finances.
Oh, merge their finances. Not a bad guess, but
that doesn't happen
a little
soon.
But this is early on, so that's a little further down the road. But not a bad guess, Jose. But that's further down the road. Like if you're just tuning in, a simple act that indicates that there might be a future in a relationship. A man could do this, or a woman could do this. What is the simple act? 800-990-1047. Deanna in St. Pete, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What is it?
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
It is laughter.
Laughter?
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. If a person makes you laugh, oh, yeah, that matters big time.
I agree, but not what we're looking for. But thank you for trying.
You're welcome.
All right, let's grab Stephen in Riverview. Stephen, you're on the MJ Morning Show. I thought this would be a little easier, a little quicker. What is this one simple act that could indicate a future relationship?
When she makes you a sandwich.
That's very sexist.
Want to make me a sandwich? No, Stephen, but thanks for trying.
Fetch was right. It's too broad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give us a scope of what it revolves around.
Does it have to do with her feet?
No, nothing to do with feet. I'm about to shut this thing down and just move on anyway. So, but every line is jammed up here. Connie in Dover. Hello, Connie. Hello, Connie in Dover. How about Ben in Dover?
That's her.
Bend over.
That's how you know a relationship's going to last.
All right, Connie's not there. So let me move on to Denise in Lutz. Hello, Denise. What is the act?
Hello?
Oh, jeez. Everyone turn your radio. Hey, Ryan, tell everyone to turn their radios down. All right.
Denise, hello?
Denise, hello, Denise.
She's going to hear it any second now.
Denise, go. Yeah, you got to turn your radio all the way down because there's a 20-second delay.
Okay, I just did.
All right, so what is the simple act?
Sure, I got the answer.
What is it?
Hold your hand.
Hold hands. Nope. Listen, good guess.
It seems awfully pedestrian.
But not what I'm looking for.
Sweaty palms.
And also, it's not
Hawk Tuah.
That's not it either.
That's a keeper right there.
That's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
You gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing.
All right, that's not
good egg.
Not it either. How about Ricky in Tampa? I'm going to take Ryan. I'm going to take whatever's screened here, and then I'm just going to reveal it. Ricky in Tampa. Hello, Ricky. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? It should be farting.
Yeah, he's right.
See, you gave me crap.
He's right. Ricky's not wrong.
It is not. Right. It's not that F word. Thank you, Ricky. Michelle in Weeki-Wachee. Hello, Michelle. What is it? What's the simple thing that indicates that the relationship might have a future?
When he kisses you, he puts his hand on your face.
What is this, the Notebook? The hell?
Not what I'm looking for, but is that a move? Is that an indicator for you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That means that he really likes me.
I think it's the throat.
Gotcha. Thank you, Michelle. Good guess, but not what we're looking for. All right, last two. I mean, every line is ringing here. Should I keep going?
Oh, we got two
Dude,
more.
let's go for hours. Who cares?
I've got two more screened, but every line is ringing.
I mean, we have an hour more.
You thought it was going to be so easy.
Yeah. I mean,
so far, my guess is the best.
Trisha in Zephyr Hills, what do you think this simple act is?
Hi, I think it is a good morning text.
We're getting closer here, but nope. That's a good guess. Not a good morning text. How about Jody in Palm Harbor? Jody, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, MJ. My guess is he says, I love you.
Oh, come on.
That might be a good indication, but not what I'm looking for.
I'll drop the I love you after appetizers.
I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going here because the phones won't shut up here. Michelle in Clearwater, a few more. Michelle, what is it?
Wanting to meet the family.
Well, listen, that's a great guess, but
oh my God, they're guessing everything.
But not what I'm looking for. Last one. I'm ending it here. The big reveal's coming unless Gary in Spring Hill has it. Gary, MJ Morning Show, hit it.
Sharing food together.
Sharing food together.
Oh,
it is not. Thank you for trying, though, Gary.
It's too broad.
Hey, what was the story we had last week? Wasn't it a celebrity story where they knew that it was going to be long-term when the guy took the gum from the woman and put it in his mouth?
Okay, that's just asking for halitosis.
Yeah, we did that last week. It was some kind of story. It was some celebrity.
Yeah.
See if you can look that up. All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The big reveal, the simple act that signals that there is a long-term relationship in your future, and it's a first step. Now, not everything's going to pan out, even if you do this, but you're not going to get to the long-term without this happening. The one simple act is...
I got it. You put a jacket over a mud puddle and let them walk over it.
No.
Ding, ding.
Old school.
What is this, the 1950s Humphrey Bogart movie?
Here you go, darling. I'll put down my coat and you just take a step or two.
It's very simple.
What is it? Give her a massage?
When you save their information in your contact list.
Shut up.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
It's when you save their number in your phone.
That was clickbait, dude.
This is the dumbest list.
Well,
I save everybody's number. I have my plumber's number.
Ew.
No, there are plenty of people I don't save. And of course, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm well past that. I just had a 30-year wedding anniversary.
Listen.
But I told you it was simple. A simple act that shows that there might be a long-term future, and that's where you save the person. Dude, if you're going out on a date, listen to me.
This is the biggest letdown in the history of MJ Morning Show stories.
All right, so
holding her hair while she peeks was way better.
Much better. Every answer everybody gave was better than the one you had.
All right.
You know why nobody guessed it? Because it's so terrible. Oh my God. I saved your number in my phone. We might get married.
So what are you saying? It's the MJ Morning Show with clickbait.
All summer long.
All summer long. I can't believe you fell for that. Oh,
ear bait.
The MJ Morning Show with Fester unapproved content.
All summer long. Q105.
Oh, great.
People are mad at their radios right now.
The MJ Morning Show is going to suck.
All summer long. Q105.
I think a better answer would be follow them on Instagram these days, right?
Fester wants to kick me in the crotch.
All summer long. Q105.
You know I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't resort to violence. However, that was come on. Save them in their phone.
You didn't like the list? No, that's where it starts.
Yeah, every relationship starts that way. I date you 4 times. You're saved in my phone.
You know, my dad used to say a saying that went over like a turd in a punch bowl.
Yes.
The MJ Morning Show with turds and punch bowls.
All summer long.
I mean,
Big Phil's not wrong.
Holy crap.
I mean, you went some punch. And
Yeah, I mean,
such a letdown.
but listen, MJ, you go out with somebody 3 times, you're saving their number.
Not
Of course.
Listen to me.
The night you meet them, you save it.
Not always.
Then you get a bunch of rando numbers.
Early on in my dating experience, let me take this back to before our smartphones and our contacts and our addresses in our phones. Let me go before that. And
Little black book.
Listen to me. My dating experience pre-existed cell phones and, of course, the smartphones that we have today. But back then,
Yeah, you just can't walk around with a bunch of beeper numbers.
it would have been the digital organizers,
Right.
but also, even before that, the day runners. Remember the day runners?
day runners,
Remember
yeah.
the folding, vinyl covered book with the Velcro? The day runner. Remember those things?
Yeah.
I'm guessing the day runner business is not very big these days.
No, not a good time to invest.
Can you go to the Hallmark card and stationery store and still buy a day runner?
I bet you can.
Do they still have those things? So, but back in the day, I didn't put people that if I was dating somebody, even maybe once or twice, maybe I'd have the number on a scrap and I'd hit one date, maybe a second, but they didn't always make it into my day runner.
Ooh, they weren't good enough to make it into your day runner?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, anybody, if I meet anybody who even I think wants to swap spit with me, they're getting in the day runner.
Listen,
Froggy's in my day run.
I think there is I think there are some merits to that.
Okay, you go ahead and think that.
Bester doesn't agree.
I mean, saving the phone is that's the first thing you do when you get a number who you want to interact with.
Somebody was trying to save money at Walmart in South Tampa yesterday.
Yeah.
But whatever they saved by going to Walmart and not going to the Publix across the street at Gandy and Manhattan yesterday,
Right.
they completely blew up their plan by driving their car into rooftop water in the parking lot.
Look at this car.
All right, you got it. Froggy, did you see
There's
this?
a person in it?
Yeah, well,
they drove into it. Look at this.
Was
What
in
an
it.
idiot.
So,
Oh, my God.
This is at the Walmart. Folks, you got to see the image.
That's why I need a truck.
This is on. Oh, that would have been
This would stop any vehicle.
Even in a pickup truck, this would have been totally ingested in your engine. So go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. It's on my personal Instagram, which, folks, you ought to be following, because if you look at the crap that I posted in the last week, man, it is nothing but solid content. All right. So, and in fact, I want to go over a couple of things, but take a look. These images, this is my last post. This is the last post from last night. Uni, a former great intern on the MJ Morning Show, Uni
He was all right.
sent me, he's great. Uni sent me like 7 pictures, and he was at the Walmart on Gandy in South Tampa, and the rain was so torrential. I was in the store at the time when the rain was coming down, but I must have missed Uni by an hour maybe, because I was at the Walmart on Gandy at about, I would say 3:30 p.m., 3 or 3:30, and it was torrential. You know, and on Friday, we had the most rain that I've ever seen in an hour to hour and a half period. The most rain I've ever experienced in South Tampa. My street in South Tampa, we had about 10 inches of rain. That's another video I got to post. I'm going to do that in a few minutes. I'm going to post the video that I took on Friday night. I was standing in maybe 10 inches of water. And I took my shoes off because I wasn't going to ruin my New Balances. But I took my shoes off, had my socks on. And the reason why I was in the street is because Michelle couldn't get back to the house. Michelle was fearful to drive in the water and, in our SUV, up higher than a car. And Michelle didn't want to drive the SUV and pulled down the street and pulled into a neighbor's driveway to try to let the water recede for a bit. And I came out to make sure she was okay, make sure the car wasn't flooded out. But, she was smart enough not to drive through it. But I'm walking through the street and the water is, just a couple inches below my knees. I mean, we must have had 5 inches of rain in 1 hour.
Yeah, it was a really
It was
wet weekend.
Unbelievably torrential. That was Friday night. about 6 or 7 p.m. And then yesterday, I'm in Walmart on Gandy in South Tampa about 3:30, and it was downpouring when I got out of the car. I had a big umbrella, so I was able to get out of the car, walk in, do my shopping. But the roof on like a Walmart, that metal roof. I mean, you can hear you can hear all the torrential rain above. It's like a waterfall over your head, and it was like that for like the whole half an hour I was in Walmart. I come out of Walmart, and I'm like, oh, my God, is this parking lot going to be flooded? But the drainage was pretty good. So you have all these people that didn't have umbrellas, and they're just standing in the vestibule or the entrance area at Walmart. I mean, dozens and dozens of folks.
Just walk in the rain.
And they wouldn't do it. They would stay. But I had my big umbrella. I'm opening the thing up. I go out to my car, load up the car, and I was just, I got a little wet, but it was the umbrella, one of those big, huge golf umbrellas, so it did a great job. So I load up the car, and I get out of there, and, I was like, oh, my God, am I going to have all kinds of flooding on Manhattan, north of Gandy? But they fixed a lot of that stuff. But a little north of El Prado, the water was a little deeper, and I decided just to cut through one of the neighborhood streets and make my way back out to West Shore and go north that way. But here's the picture that I'm talking about. About, I would say, an hour after I left Walmart, at 3:30, 3:45, Uni, former MJ Morning Show intern, was at the same Walmart, so I just missed him. And he took a series of pictures. Somebody drove their, looks like a gray sedan, into a retention pond at Walmart. So right in the frontage area. So you got the elevated portion of Gandy, and then right where the big Walmart sign is on Gandy, the big rectangular elongated low sign, just to the east of that, there's like a retention pond.
Which you always know is a pond because you can see the pond.
Except apparently when the parking lot has some standing water, the person drove right over the curb into the retention pond.
There's been a gator in
the
there.
water is up to their windows. I mean, this car is toast.
But look at this pond. It is so high, it is up to the curb.
It is. Exactly.
You would just think it's a parking lot with 2 or 3 inches of water.
With standing water.
Right.
So the person at Walmart in South Tampa on Gandy drove into the retention pond, and then there's like a whole series of pictures here. I think it's like 7 pictures. I mean, look at this. It's folks, you got to see it. It's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
There's no line of delineation between the parking lot and this lake.
Exactly. And the person drove right into it. So they might have saved a couple of bucks on some items by going to Walmart instead of Publix across the street. But they've got
$1.50 less.
Got $35,000 in wrecked car right here.
This car is a total loss.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I would say the car is a total loss.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. No, but seriously, go to my Instagram and take a look. And then the last 2 pictures, the tow truck guy hooked up a steel cable and is towing the damn thing out.
How did he hook it? Did he have to lasso it, or did he dive in there?
I gotta believe that
he lassoed it.
I don't know.
The tow truck drivers, do they have like
scuba suit?
No, waders. Like fishing waders with the boots and the rubber.
Well, I'm sure they always pull cars out of ponds.
Yeah,
they have to be up to his armpits. Those waders.
But you can see in the last photo with the flatbed tow truck. The last picture, you can see that the parking lot asphalt, then the water starts, and the water's right up to the curb. And the person drove right over the curb, right into the retention pond.
Boy, they had no idea.
And the car is done. I'm telling you, go to my Instagram and see these photos from South Tampa Gandy Walmart yesterday afternoon. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And if you don't follow me, give me a follow at Certified MJ Radio as well.
Look at Uni just handing you content.
Oh, that was great. I mean, he's given me plenty of stuff.
More than me.
Has he given you the login to his YouTube TV account yet?
Oh, I think Michelle's yelling at me.
About what?
Oh, tell her to zip it. Just kidding.
What's she blinking about?
Hang on a minute. You solicited for female strippers to call in that are younger than your daughter.
Oh, Michelle, that's true.
Yeah.
I would be angry too.
Lay into him, Michelle.
Michelle,
Michelle, it's a new law.
Hang on a minute.
I swear, you two are like 17 years old. It's so.
What time is it? 8:12? 8:12 Monday morning, July 1.
To sit next to each other at restaurants, it's so odd.
You're listening to the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM.
Blah, blah.
Hang on.
She's real mad.
No, hang on. She might be downstairs. Let me call her cell phone. If she brought her cell phone. Well, she's texting. She must have her cell phone.
Yeah, she's texting
She's
you.
texting me.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
you were skeeved out that I was soliciting for 18, 19, 20-year-old strippers? What?
Oh my God.
What'd you say?
What is wrong with you?
We're talking about the new laws that are going into effect here in Florida on July 1 today, and one of them is that strip club entertainers have to be 21 or older. No more 18, 19, 20-year-old strippers.
Okay, talking about it and soliciting for calls from girls that are younger than your daughter does make you sound creepy.
Okay. He's not soliciting them for lap dances.
Exactly. I don't want to shove $1 bills in their things.
MJ didn't make the law. I mean, it's the law.
The law.
I'm just saying.
Here's why the 18-year-old strippers aren't listening, because last night there was a Midnight Madness sale.
You had a whole bunch of 18, 19-year-old Sunday night strippers on stage, 11:30, 11:45, 11:59. Boom, 12 midnight hit. They're off.
All right, girls.
Lexi has left the building.
If you're 21 and up, we're going to give you this weekend off. We're going to let the kids make their money for the last time.
And why do you keep saying Lexi? I feel so bad for any Lexi out there.
That's the one that he likes from The Dollhouse.
I mean,
I've never been to The Dollhouse in my life.
Michelle, I am of the belief that every adult entertainer in that way should have a name that is or is based around an automotive brand.
Like Corolla.
Yes. Very reasonable rates.
Works at the cheaper strip clubs.
But boy, is she reliable.
Out in Plant City or something.
is
Corolla.
Right.
Yeah, Corolla.
Right.
She'll get you to where you want to go.
Funny.
Yeah. Elantra.
Ooh, that's a good one. Right? Yeah. I like it a lot. So that's where Lexi comes from. This comes from a deviation of Lexus.
I'm sorry to skeeve you out, but folks, I just, an hour and 20 minutes ago, whatever, we were talking about some of the new Florida laws going into effect today. And I said, hey, do we have any 18, 19, or 20-year-old strippers listening that are out of work right now? Yeah, that might have been too early. Maybe I should solicit again if there are any young strippers that now are out of work. Because now, Florida law, you got to be 21 or older to work in an adult club. It's any adult establishment. So I think it's any like the sexy play toy stores or any adult themed store. You got to be 21 now. Any adult business.
What's the end game with that caller? All right. Good luck.
No. The end game. If I got an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old stripper that now has no work because of the new Florida law, I would ask, what is your plan B? What are you going to do? What's your next? What's your next? Hey, go to work for Plan B Air Conditioning. What do you think? One of our sponsors here on the MJ Morning Show.
It's not the kind of blowing she had in mind.
Go to AC and refrigeration school.
No.
What? What did you say?
That's not the kind of...
Stop.
I'll tell you.
That's terrible.
You either heard it or you didn't.
All right, Michelle. Anything else before I cut you loose?
No, not yet.
All right. See you soon.
I'll keep texting you.
Yeah. Michelle's like my on-the-fly critic. She's like sitting there, like just commenting, and she's critiquing and reviewing like every single segment that I do.
It's like Fester
via text.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of my Instagram, there are a couple of other things that I want you to see. You see, people have said it's a bull shark. Now, I'm a scuba diver, and I was far away. I was zooming in. I was trying to figure out if it was a dolphin or a shark.
It looks too thin to be a dolphin.
Yeah, no, it was a shark, and people were saying that it was a bull shark. And then someone pointed out there's even a second dorsal fin. So on Friday night, I'm walking in the neighborhood, and this is before the torrential downpour. And I'm walking in my neighborhood, and I'm walking over a little bridge, over a canal, and I see a dorsal fin just circling. I'm like, dun, dun, dun. Bring up the audio. Unmute that. Listen to this. This is from my video.
Is that a shark or a dolphin? Listen, I'm a scuba diver. I don't know.
Froggy,
but this is
I saw it. It's a
swimming
shark.
around in the neighborhood in one of the canals. Da, 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 da.
You see how it's staying on the top?
Yeah.
Dolphins go up and down.
Da, da, da.
Okay, how many times do I have to hear you?
I gotta mute this now. All right, we get it.
That thing was
muted me.
hunting.
I didn't know it was 12 seconds
It's
long.
doing something.
It's hunting some mullet.
And, some experts in sharks. And listen, when I'm underwater.
How do you not know that's a shark fin?
What
a ham and egger.
Because I was far away. I'm trying to zoom in. All right, I wasn't able to get a good look.
That's awesome.
When I recorded it, I wasn't sure because I'm trying to zoom in and I couldn't tell. Now, clearly,
dolphins usually go.
As a scuba diver, I can tell sharks underwater. I know, listen, I've seen a bull shark underwater. I've seen hammerheads underwater. I've seen lemon sharks. I've seen gray reef sharks, clearly nurse sharks, which are pretty docile.
Okay.
I've seen a variety of sharks underwater as a scuba diver, but I'm just saying that I was far away and I'm trying to zoom my camera in. And when I first after I shot the video, and I'm saying, is this a shark or a dolphin? After I shot it, I knew that, yeah, that's a shark, but I had already recorded, is it a shark or a dolphin? Anyway, take a look at this. This is Tampa Bay, folks. This is one of the canals off of Tampa Bay, and there's a bull shark just circling.
Did you drop some chum?
The video is on my Instagram. If you want to see the shark video, and then look at the bottom. There's like another smaller dorsal fin right below my caption that you'll see.
Why don't you jump in there and
pop
jump
up
on
as
it?
well. All right, if you want to go see the shark video from South Tampa, Certified MJ Radio is my Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio, and give me a follow. There is no shortage of just content that pops up.
Should have grabbed that thing if you want real content.
Hey, I heard a
jumped on.
Spice it up.
Pulled him out of the canal.
MJ's arm bitten off by a.
Now we're talking about content.
I'd watch that.
That might be good. That might jack up the ratings a little bit. What do you think?
You work the board slower with one arm.
I heard a commercial for a rip-off product, and I'm like, how long before this company is shut down and served with like a marketplace confusion lawsuit, a copyright infringement? So we all know what one of the big weight loss drugs is, right? Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about Wegovy, not talking about Monjaro. Nope. I'm talking about All right, now, come on. There is a commercial that I heard for a product called Lozempic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of deal?
No. The whole pitch is that Ozempic is so expensive, we have an alternative called Lozempic. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Maybe it's like a generic brand.
No, it's not.
Like medication.
Yeah, like the generic brands like Walmart or Tussin.
You know what?
Listen,
you're right. It could be a generic
Alt-brand?
semaglutide, right? Isn't that the? It's a semaglutide. So maybe it is. But I heard a commercial over the weekend. It's like Lozempic. If Ozempic is too expensive and out of reach, try our Lozempic. So maybe it is sort of a generic semaglutide.
I want high Zempic.
But I mean, really? How long before they're hit with a cease and desist? No, it's not that right Zempic. It's not. I don't even think it's. I think
Zempic?
I think it's so new. It's not even. Do they even have a website when you search Lozempic? I don't even think they don't even have a website that comes. I heard a commercial for this thing. I'm like, man, they're gonna get nailed.
Everything that I type in Zempic
no.
trips to
no,
Ozempic.
not news. Go to all.
Come on, stupid.
I went to all. It goes to all Ozempic.
Type in LO right before Ozempic. LO. Just put an L there. L. That's it.
Yeah. And it goes to Ozempic's page.
Yeah.
And then it goes to.
So wait a minute. They don't even come up as a search. This must be so new.
Yeah.
What are they hoping to just like have a couple of weeks of sales before they get shut down with a cease and desist by the manufacturer of Ozempic?
They only bought 10 cases.
Pump and dump operation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Semaglutide is the active ingredient for the weight loss in Ozempic. But come on, the parent company is I think it's Novo Nordisk is the parent company of Ozempic. Come on, they're lawyers. I wonder if their lawyers even know that there's some company like trying to rip them off by saying Lozempic. Or you know what? We ought to just get a hold of like barrels full of semaglutide, and we'll call it Nozempic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Zempic.
We'll just give you like cups full. Bring your Stanley mug. We'll just dip
I
it
just
in.
thought that was ridiculous. All right, moving along here on the MJ Morning Show. You're listening to Q105, which is at 104.7 FM. Spread the word. Help us out. Let everyone you know that the best morning entertainment is on the MJ Morning Show and that we're back. A lot of people don't even know that we're back on the air. It'll be 4 years, October 5th, that we're back on the air. 4 freaking years. And I'm still running into people that are like, oh, I didn't know you're back. Really? My God. That's, you know how frustrating that is? I want to pull my teeth out.
Don't do that.
Then you'd be really hard to talk.
So damn frustrating.
Defeat the whole purpose of having a radio show if you have no teeth.
Hey, if you meet a guy.
Your lips to God's ears.
Saying what?
I was just making a little joke.
We'd love for you to meet somebody special.
If you meet a guy
yes.
and you get some cold feet,
yeah,
don't call the cops with some trumped up, made up bull story. A woman was arrested in Iowa. She met a guy online, and she ended up getting arrested for a false report of a crime. She called cops, invented a story to get out of the first date for the guy that she met online. Sumaya Thomas, 18 years old, set up a date with a stranger, matched on one of these dating apps, and then she gets to the guy's front door, gets cold feet, and phones the cops. This is North Liberty, Iowa, and the woman told the cops that the man was an abusive ex who was threatening to cause her physical harm, according to the affidavit. This is bizarre. Yeah, this 18-year-old Thomas also falsely claimed that she was pregnant with the man's child, said he planned to hit, punch, and kick and stab her.
Okay.
So cops show up. The man informed them that he had only met Thomas via a dating app a week ago, showed the cops proof of messages between the pair. Sumaya Thomas was arrested after making the false accusations. Yeah, the conversation showed that he was being honest, and he really did just meet this female online. Thomas told officers that they had known each other for 2 years and accused the man of being abusive and threatening to cause her harm. What the hell? They later discovered that Thomas was lying, had deleted messages from her phone between her and this would-be date, eventually admitted to making the whole damn thing up.
Dude, what? She's psycho.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And you want to see? I'll hold this up to MJTV.
Oh, I bet you she looks so classy.
Here's her mugshot.
She's a looker.
Huh, let me see.
Yeah, here we go. First reaction?
Yeah, because it's up against the lie. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
She's
Tell you
horrific.
what, I got to be honest. I would expect the guy to call the cops.
Right?
Oh!
We got a prowler lurking.
She's not lurking nowhere.
Yeah, got a prowler, and I think they're carrying an AR-15. Hurry, please.
Send everybody.
Man,
Holy cow.
If I saw that thing coming to my door,
There's
man.
a loose wildebeest in the area.
I would have dug a tunnel under my floorboards to get at it.
Golly. I'm sure she's sweet.
But people do the stupidest things.
There's crazy people.
Dumbest. Hey, I'm a little curious about something. Now, Andrew is not here. Andrew's our everything. We go to Andrew, our producer, for anything Disney and anything hockey. Those are the only two things he's good for. No, I'm kidding. He's a great guy. Does a great job for us.
Yeah, but he doesn't know much besides Disney.
It's Disney and hockey.
Those are the two things he knows the most
and
about.
they both end in Y. Disney, hockey.
Because we love you.
Yeah. So Andrew's not here, so I'm going to have to fumble and stumble my way through this. But the Lightning, some after-season trades going on.
Yeah, man, trades, man, hockey.
Yeah, we traded the Russian guy for the Canadian
Well, guess
guy.
what?
We got a Yugoslavian guy.
You're not far off. They traded a Russian guy, Mikhail Sergachev.
Mikhail.
Yeah, he's gone. So Mikhail Sergachev, who was instrumental in the back-to-back Stanley Cup championships.
Yeah, dude, totally, man.
Yeah, so Mikhail Sergachev, he's being sent to Utah. Can you imagine? Tampa Bay to Utah.
Listen,
But
money talks.
This is why I'm bringing it up.
Yes.
I'm not bringing it up because this is hockey talk. I'm bringing this up because he made big news last September. He bought a $9 million house not far from where I live in Beach Park.
That's not overkill.
He bought a $9 million home last September, and they just barely moved in, and now he's being shipped off to Utah.
You get a lot for $9 million in Utah.
Yeah, when the story came out, people were saying what street he lived on. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you what street it is. But he bought, here's a Channel 8 story from last September. Here's Tampa Bay Times from last early October. And the Tampa Bay Times, they did not list the street, but, no, they did. Yep. So the Tampa Bay Times and WFLA Channel 8 on your side, they revealed what street. I'm not going to give you the street.
Right.
But
nobody told him to put it in a trust. I mean, he's buying it under his own name. It's public record.
Well, he should have.
Right.
You put it in a trust so people can't find you in the property records. And Channel 8 and the Tampa Bay Times, they don't have your actual name tied to the property. So listen to this. You've got Sergachev, former Lightning player now, bought the home, two-time Stanley Cup winner, closed on a newly built mansion by Modesta Homes.
Modesta, yes.
On September 28th of last year, $9,026,191.
Good investment.
And now he's traded, not even 9 months later, he's traded after plunking down $9 million for a home.
Why would you do that if you're an athlete? I'd be staying at the Dutch Motel.
This home, I'm not a real fan of this home. It looks like an office building. It does.
Well, some people like that
Well,
look.
in Russia, the office building look is really hot. It's popping now. I gotta say,
MJ's more of a Donald Trump decor kind of guy.
Yeah, everything gold.
Hold on, what did you say?
You want everything gold?
You have all kinds of gold.
No, I don't. I don't like.
You have that gold chair.
No, I don't. I have nothing gold
Your
in my house.
ceiling is gold.
No, it's not.
The statue you have
It
of
is
yourself
not.
is
I have
gold.
no statue of myself.
And the lions that are spitting out water are gold.
All right, I might have some of those in the back pool. All right, but
they're not gold. They're cast concrete.
I've got a wall that has a lion spitting some water. Give me a break.
So, is he ever going to run out of spit?
But the deal is that he plunks down $9 million for this home last September, and now he's gone. They're trading him off to Utah.
All right.
So keep the house and rent.
I would like to count the total number of tiers I have for multimillionaires getting traded to other multimillionaire jobs.
Yeah,
what's a really desirable part of the country? 0. What's that? You should call that one realtor who's selling all the big properties.
Jennifer Zales.
Yeah, call Zales.
Guess what? Jennifer Zales is the one that sold the property.
She's on both ends of that.
Hey, maybe I can get her on the phone, man. I'll tell you what, she's knocking it out of the park.
Oh, every sale begins with Zales.
Yeah.
No, that's K.
Oh.
Every kiss begins with K.
No,
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Little known fact, Jennifer Zales' father is the jewelry
I can't recommend that. I recommend going to IDC, International Diamond Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hang on, I think I have Jennifer Zales' cell number. I wonder if she'll
tell us more about the.
Yeah, I got to sell. Let me see if she picks up. Hang on a minute.
Yes, Jennifer. This is Sergey. Listen, I need to sell my home.
All right, pick up the phone, Fester, and see if Jennifer Zales will talk to us.
I'm gonna do it in my Russian accent.
Are you gonna talk to her like Sergey? I need to list my house. I'm going to Utah.
Yes,
I dare you.
Da.
Is it ringing? Fester, is it ringing?
Yes.
Okay. See if Jennifer picks up.
It went to fast busy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, let me try it again. Let me try it again. All right. Why is it taking so long to go through? Oh, she's overseas. Yeah, go ahead. Go. No, pick it up, dude. Pick it up. Pick it up. Yeah, it's ringing. It's ringing international.
Jennifer, this is Mikhail Sergeyev from the Tampa Bay Lightning. I need to sell my house. All right, this is Fester from the MJ Morning Show. We were just talking about
really
the property
good.
in South Tampa.
Did she fall for it?
All right, well, Jennifer,
You didn't fall for it, did you?
Tell her she's off the air. Will she talk to us
You're
on
off the air right now. Can you talk to MJ for a second? That doesn't matter to us. Your connection is perfect. Your connection is perfect. Can we talk to you for 10 seconds? No, you'll be when you're with MJ. You're not now. You're not. Just say hello to the guy and.
What's
You're sorry. We're sorry as well.
So
she's in Greece right now, MJ.
All right. Well, can she talk for one second?
We know. We know.
A lot of people going to Greece.
All right. Hey, thanks.
All right. No.
All right. Bye, Jen.
No go.
She's in Greece right now.
Okay. All right.
And she did not fall for my Russian accent. That's just amazing.
What did she say when you were faking Sergeyev?
Who is this?
Who is it? I wonder. But listen, he could keep the house. I mean, you do have athletes. There's a bunch of athletes in my neighborhood. We got a ton of, either current or retired. We got baseball, football.
I got a bunch of postal workers and garbage men in my neighborhood. All right.
So, what did she say? Was she?
She said she's in Greece, right? And she'll talk to you when you're ready to talk turkey. Is what she said.
No, she didn't.
Pretty close.
Well, listen, I
not verbatim, but close.
I could be close to listing my house.
All right.
I could be out of here very shortly. Yeah. So, all right. So where are we? 8:34.
Yeah.
Now, seriously, he might keep the house, but but still,
who gives a turkey?
I don't care.
Really?
I play hockey and I'm a Russian, and my oligarch friends are going to stay at my house.
Hey,
Tampa.
Do you know what cousin face is?
Cousin face.
What is cousin face?
I don't know.
What is cousin face?
When you have no reaction?
Listen,
or you're embarrassed by how good looking somebody is?
Let me narrow it down. It's not like some kind of funky play on words like, oh, yeah, he's got summer teeth, some are here, some are there. It's not that kind of deal. But what is cousin face? Fessy, don't look it up. You're cheating.
I don't care. I don't know what the answer is. I told you I don't know.
You're cheating. Come on.
After I said I don't know, I'm out of guesses.
Is it somebody that sort of looks like you, like a doppelganger?
Summer face.
Is it like butterface?
But cousin face.
I'm sorry. I was going to say butterface. Butterface is like a disparaging remark. Oh yeah, she's great, butterface. It's not. So it's not like a summer teeth. Some are here, some are there. It's not like a butterface.
Cousin face.
It's cousin face.
Okay.
So, all right, I'll just tell you what it is. Cousin face is when somebody is so familiar. It's just their face looks so familiar, but for the life of you, you can't remember where you saw them before, even if you did, or I know who they are. I've met them, but I can't remember their name.
You mean you look familiar face?
If you find yourself and you're staring at exactly, that's what it is.
Vague acquaintance face?
No, that's it. Cousin face. Cousin face.
Don't I know you from somewhere face?
It's you look familiar face. That's what the cousin face is.
Why cousin?
I don't, for whatever reason, that's what they call it.
I've said that a bunch in the last couple of months with people who I've looked like I've known them or we made eye contact, and I'll eventually have we met before? And they're like, no. I'm like, I don't think so either.
But in many cases, it's somebody that you've never met before. Never. So the real definition is somebody that you've never met before, but my God, they look so familiar. And then you sit there and you're just cranking your mind. And you've like totally like zoned out, and you're like, oh my God, where do I know him from? Where do I know him from? Oh my God, what's it? I know what I know them. And that's what cousin face is. And the explanation is that somebody was introduced to another individual, and they look so familiar that they asked, "Do we know each other? Have we met?
Are you my cousin?"
And then. Some people say, oh, yeah, it's because I have cousin face. And a cousin face, there are multiple definitions, but it can also mean that somebody that looks familiar to so many people. And if you might be one of these folks. You might be, I could probably go to phones on this. Or I'll tell you what, I will. Let's try to grab a call or two. Are you one of these individuals that people say, yeah, I know you. Where have we met? Do you have one of those faces that people think they know you, but you've never, ever met them? And there are folks that have, for whatever reason, it just trips a familiarity switch with a lot of people. So are you one of these cousin faces where people swear that they know you, they met you, maybe they can't remember your name, but you have never met them before?
So it's not random, but you know if you're the cousin face person.
Well, some do, but some, I don't think everyone knows that. I think there's a time where someone says, man, I know you, you look so familiar, but you guys have never met. That I don't think that that person that is seemingly recognized is knowing that they have a cousin face. I think that some people do. I think I'm trying to grab some calls here. Are you listening right now to the show and you are recognized and people think they know you constantly, but they don't? That's essentially what a cousin face is. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Do you have one of those faces that people swear that they know you, they met you, or they're like racking their brain, smoke is coming out of their ears, they're trying to figure out, God, how do I know him? How do I know? But they don't. It's just this familiar face. So if that's you, love to hear from you. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Or have you had people come up to you and swear, start a conversation, hey, how you doing? Or maybe trying to say hello and then try to glean information out of you on how you know them? I mean, there are a bunch of different routes we can take here. But in one example that I saw, the person that was recognized, and I know you, but had to say, no, we've never met. The person used the language, oh, yeah, I have cousin face. So that individual must get this a lot, that they have that face. Man, every line is just lit up. But cousin face is somebody that looks so familiar, but you really don't know them, and you never have. Look at this. Every line is jammed. Jennifer in Tampa. Jennifer, you are on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, so like once a month I will get that, like that someone knows me from somewhere, and I've actually gotten mistaken for someone's name before, just randomly, and I'm like, oh, no, just Jennifer.
And how often does this happen to you?
Like once a month. And I'm not even from Tampa. I'm from the north. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Wow, a little Primanti sandwich action, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Jennifer, how old are you?
30.
All right, and once a month. Thank you. Do you look like anyone famous? Do you have a certain look?
Geez, I don't think so. I had one guy tell me I look like someone from a TV series on Amazon, and I can't remember the name. I looked it up, and she was pretty. She was cute, so I took it as a compliment.
Gotcha.
Better be being called Mr. Vargas from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Jennifer, do you listen to us every day?
Oh, every morning on my way to work.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And do others at work listen to us as well?
Everyone has their headphones in, so I'm not sure.
Do me a favor, if you could, if it comes up in conversation or you're hanging out at lunch, just, tell everyone that you listen to the MJ Morning Show and just, ask if they do. And if not, tell everyone where to listen to us because, we're trying to grow the show even more.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And I got my husband on you guys, so
awesome.
I got you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great day.
Get that water cooler talk going.
That's what I'm looking for. Let's grab Mike in Tampa. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Do you have cousin face?
It's pretty funny. I was in a Walgreens and a guy came over to me and he goes, "Man, I appreciate you being my lawyer. You did such a great job on my case." I have nothing to do with being a lawyer. I didn't know him from Adam, and he was thanking me, and he goes, "Man," he goes, "we really did it to him." And
how long ago was this alleged case that the guy had where you were not the lawyer?
It was recent. He had like, we really did it, and let's get together coming up. And I just said, I apologize. I'm not a lawyer. I'm in technology.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
You got cousin lawyer face.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my God, you look just like my lawyer."
Yep. It was pretty funny.
Mike, thanks for the call. Let me grab Dan in St. Petersburg. Dan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hello?
Yes, Dan.
I actually have a lot of stories of cousin face. This has gone on so many years, but there is one I'll mention who thought she recognized me, and it's none other than Roxanne.
Really?
That's right.
And now Roxanne is flying right now. She's in the air, flying from Rome, Italy, back to the U.S. So she's not here. But go ahead, tell us the story.
I actually met her 2 years ago, and she apparently I have the cousin face with her, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, she thought she'd see me at Raymond James Stadium, and I told her no, I'm not. However, I've seen her on TV and I've heard her on the radio, so I knew who she was.
Oh my God, Roxanne does that to everybody, sir.
No,
that's her line. Have we met before at the stadium? Have we met before? That's her line.
Yeah, that's her pickup line.
Yeah, that's her conversation continual.
No, it's.
He says, I've heard her say that 20 times.
Hold on.
Hey, have we met before at the stadium?
I don't know that to be.
Did I see you at the stadium?
Fester, are you just making this up?
No. What are you saying?
Hold on, you're being real?
I'm being real.
No, Fester. Fester, are you being real?
Roxanne breaks ice and continues conversations with, "You look so familiar," or "Have we met
so
before?"
You're being serious.
I think she's that person,
right.
Yes.
All right, so maybe that's her shtick.
Yeah.
Well, she shticked me then.
Ew.
You wish.
Thank you. Have a great one, Dan. Let me grab Jules in St. Pete. Hey, Jules, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you. Love you guys. Been listening to you when you was MJ and BJ.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate all the years. Go ahead.
I get that. Oh, I know you are from somewhere, but the worst.
Hello? The worst is when you're in mid-conversation and the cell shuts off.
Yeah.
Jules, yeah, you dropped out. Jules, go ahead. Jules, what do you Jules, get to a good cell area. It's like, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm at a hospital waiting for an elevator, and there's a janitor maybe 100 feet away from me. And he's staring at me, and I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting for the elevator, and he's coming at me, creeping me out. And the elevator doors open. I get in. He's at the elevator this time. He's like, "I am so sorry." He goes, "I did not mean to creep you out." He goes, "I had to get this close to you to realize you were not who I thought you were."
What do you have, cataracts or something?
I don't know. But I get that all the time. They're like, "You look so familiar. You look like somebody I know." I get that all the time.
Maybe he just saw something about Mary.
Thanks, Jules. Appreciate it. Ben is in Lakewood Ranch. Hello, Ben. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing fine. You got cousin face?
I do, actually. I get it all the time, at least once a week.
This is so weird. I mean, people have this.
Yeah, once a week. That's why I'm doing the damn story. So
maybe it's just I'm ugly and nobody thinks I'm anybody.
My entire sister's classroom goes nuts over me. They say I look just like Tom Holland.
Who?
Like who?
Tom Holland. He plays Spider-Man.
Oh, gotcha.
Who?
Yeah, I'm not a superhero movie guy.
You really think a lot of yourself there, bud.
Ben, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, two more, Ryan, and that's it. I'll grab Ed in Apollo Beach. Hello, Ed.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hey.
So, Ed, do you have cousin face?
I do. I look like Andy Reid, is what I'm told.
Oh, the football coach.
Yep, from Kansas City.
Yeah.
I was in Rooms to Go in Clearwater a few weeks ago.
What, someone ask you for an autograph?
The sales lady told me that one of the other salespeople said that I was Andy Reid and she should get my autograph.
And that happens a lot?
It does. I've been mistaken for him more than once.
That's hysterical.
Well, that's just being mistaken.
You know what? You ought to go to Arrowhead Stadium, just see if you can just walk in.
I think it's my mustache.
There you go. Thank you, Ed.
That's it.
And have a
Shave
great day.
the mustache, you look like every other fat guy.
Calvin
I mean,
and
seriously.
last call on this. Calvin, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi. Did Calvin go away? That's the last one I want to take
Mr.
anyway.
Klein?
Yeah, Calvin. Hello, Calvin. Calvin.
All right.
Oh,
Nah, he's gone. So that's cousin face.
I like that.
You think you recognize somebody, but you don't, and it's just this familiar face, and that's called cousin face. A couple of celebrity items here. Alec Baldwin. Do we have a court date on him? Is it like the 10th, 12th?
Look it up.
See what the Alec Baldwin court date is. But a couple of things here. Alec Baldwin is going on trial out in Albuquerque, New Mexico later this month.
July 9th.
So it's July 9th.
Ooh.
So it's next week because 4th of July is Thursday. It's my son Julian's birthday. So happy early birthday to Julian. So next, the 9th, is that Monday?
The state of Nevada versus Alexander Ray Baldwin.
Don't say Nevada. It's Nevada. And
I'm sorry, it's New Mexico.
Yeah,
New Mexico.
Why would you say Nevada?
I saw.
It's New Mexico. Albuquerque's in New Mexico.
Yeah, it's in the trial will be held in
You
Santa
having
Fe.
a mini TIA over there or
no.
what? All right. So Baldwin's trial is set to begin in Santa Fe, New Mexico on July 9th. And listen, he could face the same fate that the armorer got. She got, like 18 months in prison for involuntary manslaughter.
What if he just gets sentenced and then pops a cyanide pill?
Well, the reason why I'm bringing up Alec Baldwin today is that there's a story that I saw over the weekend that he's late on paying settlement money to the cinematographer's husband. So I'm trying to put two and two together here.
That might explain the TV show.
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Oh, sorry.
Is Alec Baldwin broke?
It sounds like it.
Because we were wondering why the hell is he doing that new TLC or reality show, Alec and Hilaria Baldwin with her phony Spanish accent. She's from Boston, and she's pretending like she's from Mallorca in Spain.
Him. He thinks he's highfalutin. He would never do a reality show if he didn't need it.
Yeah, really.
Right?
So Alec Baldwin, the wife, and their 27 kids, and they're doing a reality show that he must need the money. But according to a New York Times report on Baldwin's trial, the 66-year-old film and TV actor has to support his controversial influencer wife, Hilaria, and their 7 children while also covering the mounting legal expenses associated with the Hutchins death, which occurred when he was handling the gun and discharged the weapon and shot her on the set of that low-budget Western movie called Rust. But he's apparently way late on giving the husband, the widower of Helena Hutchins, paying her some of the settlement money. Among Baldwin's many challenges, he's months late paying his portion of the multi-million-dollar civil settlement owed to the Hutchins family for wrongful death lawsuit that her husband brought back in 2022. So, I mean, it seems to make sense. Froggy, you were thinking the same damn thing I was thinking, that he must be broke. That's why he's doing the damn reality show. Otherwise, why the hell would you do that? The intrusive nature of cameras with you and
he hates cameras.
He punches camera people.
I want more cameras in my face as my 20 children are jumping on me. And my wife is using a fake accent.
Well, unless the show is about him losing money and going through a murder trial or whatever.
That's what it's about.
I'll watch that.
All right, but heads up, and he has not paid the grieving husband of the female cinematographer that was shot. Can you imagine you go to work, you're on a set of a Western movie, and you end up having Alec Baldwin shoot you to death on set when there shouldn't have been a live round within 5 miles of that movie set?
No, I can't imagine.
I got to say about this whole thing, I don't know how Alec is liable for any of this. They have the armorer, and he took the armorer's word for it.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know how Alec gets pinned for any of this.
I understand the argument because apparently prosecution will say that he was loosey-goosey and he was negligent on the set, that it wasn't the armorer said, you're clear, you're good, go ahead, everything's checked out. But apparently they have evidence that supports the fact that there was some contributory negligence to the death of the cinematographer. So we'll see. All right, when we get back, by the way, this ends an hour and 20 minutes plus. It's like an hour and 25 minutes here, folks, of nonstop MJ. So some bonus action. We have another nearly hour to go, and coming up, what qualifies to have your GPS monitoring bracelet taken off? I got a great story, man. This is out of Florida here. It's out of the Villages. And a swindler.
Yeah.
A Villages swindler that was relegated to having to wear a GPS monitoring system will get to take it off. And then you got to hear what this guy's swindle was. So hang on. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Oh, the world's tallest female model is having some big troubles. This female model is 6'9".
Is she like the really thick girl, or the?
No. She's in really good shape. 6'9", female model, and well, she's got a big beef. She's got a big problem going on. I'll explain coming up in just a second. Oh, I've got this pregnant woman on an airplane, and well, they had a little incident with what some people are calling entitlement in just a bit. And a warning about sunscreen. Folks, don't follow some of these stupid online social media posts on how to make your own sunscreen. All right, hang on. We got a lot next. Don't move. Back in minutes here on the... lovely wife for a little on-the-fly morning show research. I just saw she texted me a little while ago. What is it? Yeah, take a guess. Yeah, she found the Ozempic online. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm like, what the hell? There's a company selling something called Ozempic. They're like, hey, is Ozempic too expensive? Yeah. Try Ozempic. And, we're trying to do a search for it, and I couldn't find it. It turns out, Fester, how'd you find it? Did she text you as well?
She sent me the link also.
So their website is not Ozempic, it's Nuzempic.
No.
The container, the label on the jar, it says Lozempic, Lozempic, but their website is Nuzempic, Nazempic. I got to believe that the lawyers, if they even know about it, I think it's a fairly new product, I got to believe that the lawyers for Novo Nordisk are all over this for marketplace confusion and trademark infringement and violations here.
This is the sketchiest looking bottle I've ever seen.
Oh my God. It's like a 6-year-old made a label.
This is really weird.
And a black construction paper and a red crayon. Lozempic.
Call the number.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Top rated sub. So the commercial I heard was, hey, are you need to lose weight? Do you not want to spend the money for Ozempic? Or if it's not covered by insurance, and it's some supplement. We even were speculating earlier, are they just selling like generic semaglutide, the active ingredient in these miracle weight loss drugs and these A1C and diabetes medications? And no, apparently it's just some kind of bottle of hocus pocus supplement pills is what Lozempic is. And that's not even their website. Their website is Nuzempic. That's why we couldn't even find it. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it.
So I'm on the website right now. There's not even a link to order.
What? No, order now.
I'm trying to click. It doesn't take me to the next
order. Oh, wow. Hold on.
Screen.
Order now. Oh, maybe they've already been shut down.
Huh.
Well, there's a phone number. I'm not that interested in it.
All right.
All right. So I mentioned about this Villages swindler.
So when would you be allowed to take off an court-ordered ankle monitor?
Exactly. What qualifies to have your GPS, your court-ordered monitoring bracelet removed from your ankle? What do you think? And the guy who's having it taken off for a certain reason, he's known as the Villages swindler.
Sounds like he's done some swindling to get out of his ankle bracelet.
I'll tell you, this is not some kind of golf shenanigans, all right? This is not like, cheating and, maybe picking up your ball and taking it out of the rough and dropping it in an easier spot, kicking it out of the sand trap. Nope. That's not the kind of Villages swindler this guy is.
What did he do first? What does he swindle?
He ripped off millions. Oh. Yeah, villager who stole more than $3 million from fellow villagers. You know what they say about the Villages, Fester, don't you?
About it being such a friendly place?
Oh, yeah. Now with this guy ripped off fellow villagers to the tune of $3 million. He's going to get to take off his GPS monitoring device for a blank. I'll tell you that in a second. So what did this guy do? According to the investigation that led to his arrest, according to the Villages News, he placed ads in the Villages Daily Sun inviting residents to his investment seminars at the Waterfront Inn and VKI Japanese Steakhouse.
Ooh, sounds nice.
You think that guy flips the shrimp tail into his pocket or the top of his hat?
I hope so.
What do you think?
I mean,
I love that trick.
If he's any good at his job, he would.
Oh, yeah. You think he's going clang, 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 clang?
And he builds a little onion volcano.
Oh, onion volcano. That's big.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy held seminars, would get some of these Villages suckers to come in, right?
Oh, come on.
A Villages couple saw the ad in 2019, attended this guy's seminar. What's this guy's name? His name is John Michael Gissas.
Gissas is his last name?
It's Gissas. You tell me how else to pronounce that.
Gissas?
Yes. John Michael Giss-Ass.
I would never trust somebody named Giss-Ass with my money.
He held a seminar, and one couple back in 2019 saw his ad in the newspaper up there, gave him $529,854, never got a penny back. Another villager lost $794,000.
Jeez.
$794,000. Here you go. Here, Mr. Giss-Ass. Here's $794,000. She invested with Giss-Ass.
And these people are just out of their money.
Oh, yeah. A total of 27 investors lost $3.7 million with Mr. Giss-Ass. I'd like to kick his ass, right?
I'd have shot him. I mean, I'd have killed him.
See how that works out for you.
Put me in front of a jury of my peers on that charge.
I still think you're going up.
Yeah.
I think you're going up to the big house. So there were others. They think that the number, that the 3.7 million's low. They think he ripped off more people, but some were too embarrassed to come forward, to talk to police, go on the record. Yeah, so this guy was...
And he still lives in the villages?
Yeah. So he was found that from May 2018 till July of 2020, that he systematically deceived and took advantage of the victims. So part of his, I guess, his release or whatever he's out on, I don't know whether he's out on appeal or whatever the story is. I mean, this guy ought to be in prison. Why is this guy not in prison?
For real, this is like American greed.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's out, and he has to wear this GPS monitoring bracelet. He gets to take it off, Mr. Village's swindler. Do you know why he gets to take it off?
What, swimming lessons?
No, they're waterproof. You can wear them in the shower.
Oh, you can? Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
You can wear GPS monitoring devices in the shower. He gets to take it off because he's got to go get an MRI. So they're going to allow him to have it taken off to get into the MRI machine. I think you leave it on.
That's right.
And have his legs snapped up to the magnet like a twig.
Oh, just break his leg.
Sweet justice right there.
Rip his leg off right at the crotch.
Oopsie.
That's what it's just like, you know.
Would that happen for real? Would it just fire up? The magnet's that strong?
Dude, I read a story years ago about a metal oxygen canister. A big oxygen canister that was in the MRI room, and it wasn't supposed to be in there. They fire up the MRI and the magnet, and the magnet dragged the metal oxygen canister like a boom, and it pulled it from and it slammed into the patient. I think it killed the patient.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Hey, look that up. I could be.
Like you just put a spoon and lay on it. Will it just shoot through your body?
I think so.
It's awesome.
No, I don't think it's that. No, but seriously.
All right, so a 6-year-old boy died in 2001.
All right, that's not awesome.
Listen, hold on. He was 6 years old.
Yeah, 2001. No, but I think there's an adult as well.
Okay. He had an MRI for a benign brain tumor.
Yeah.
And the canister was in the room, and it hit him in his head.
Oxygen canister flew at his skull during an MRI for a benign brain tumor. What the? Little kid, 6-year-old Michael Colombini. That happened up in Westchester County. That is horrific. 23 years ago.
23 years ago?
My God, that's when Chloe was born. It's 2001, 23 years ago. I'm telling you, there are numerous... here's another. Patient dies after oxygen tank is sucked into MRI machine. Click on that one. A 60-year-old Korean man. This is from Radiology Today.
Ooh.
Which is a hell of a website, and you should subscribe to their quarterly publications.
Real
folks.
fascinating articles.
Yeah. No, but this is a guy in Korea, 60-year-old, metal oxygen canister flew. I'm telling there are multiple stories of this happening. That's a foreign one. But those things could be dangerous.
Keep those things away when I'm taking one.
So Mr. Giss-Ass gets to take his MRI or his GPS off of the MRI.
Good for him.
Yeah, guess what? He's probably going to abscond and run. He's going to jump out of the tube, and he's going to be gone.
So will there be an officer of the court there or a sheriff's deputy there to take it off of him and then put it right back on?
Yeah, there should be. I would fully agree with that. Absolutely. I'm looking for my little, like Bugs Bunny, the
foot pedal zing.
Yeah, where's my foot pedal zing?
Is it Bugs Bunny or is it Fred Flintstone?
Yeah, it's all of them. All the cartoon characters when they wind up and they, it makes that pew, that noise.
He's taking off.
Yeah, I can't find. I got so many damn sound effects. I can't find it. Anyway, hey, the tallest model in the world, a female. She's going to court because this Russian former Olympic gold medalist and basketball player, what a shocker, 6'9" female, and she played basketball. Her name is Ekaterina Lisina. 6'9", holds the title of the world's tallest model in the Guinness Book of World Records. And she's attractive. You've seen some very, very tall women, and, they're not kind of like linebackers. But, she's attractive. She's in great shape. And
yeah, so you see those hooves for feet.
Yeah. Well, no, she's got
no,
it's
impossible.
She's in pretty good proportion.
Yeah, size 18 women's feet, though.
Yeah. She is suing. She's going to court because she went on to OnlyFans. And she's been making a lot of money on OnlyFans, and she's claiming that a bunch of her exclusive content that she was going to post, that it was stolen and it was posted for free, and that she's going to lose out on a fortune.
Oh, no.
She claims she's lost out on $500,000 after her explicit OnlyFans content was stolen.
Wait, what's her name?
Her name is
Gigantor McHooven.
Her name is Ekaterina Lisina.
Oh, can you spell Ekaterina?
Type in world's tallest model. It's the first thing that comes up.
It's Ekaterina.
I want to see her leaks.
Ekaterina Lisina, 6'9". And she claims that she was about to post this exclusive adult content on her OnlyFans page.
Whoa.
And somebody stole the material and posted it for free on the social media platform Discord.
Okay. Is this her?
No, that's not her.
Look for the gigantic one.
Is this her?
Dude, no, it's not. Dude, type her name in.
Ekaterina and Akiva.
It's not
Ekaterina and Akiva?
No. Ekaterina Lisina.
Oh, this is another Ekaterina.
Yeah, Ekaterina, E-K-A.
All right, Lisina.
Lisina, L-I-S-I-N-A.
You just type in world's tallest model. It'll take you right to it.
Don't tell me what to do.
Or do it your way, and it sucks.
She claims that it's one of her most explicit videos.
Oh, my God.
And that somebody stole it and posted it for free, and she was going to put it on her OnlyFans, and that would have netted her, she thinks, at least $500,000.
Oh, she does a lot of naughty stuff.
The stolen clip, which Lisina would charge $36 for on OnlyFans, has more than 16,000 views on Discord.
Oh.
On some forum. First of all, I've heard of Discord. I've never been on Discord. But Discord has a forum called Tall Women Appreciation.
Of course.
Like all kinds of fetish stuff. Is that it?
Appreciation.
Yeah, she was a member of the Russian basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And now she's on OnlyFans trying to, I guess, make money for dinner.
But she's not going to make it to Paris for Team Russia this year?
I don't think she's in the Olympics this year. But well, Froggy, what do you think of her? I mean, I think she's attractive.
I like the other one I found first.
All right.
That was not the same one. A whole different one.
Nah, she's a little too big for me.
Yeah, but 6'9", that's a big woman.
I don't want her feet to cover my entire middle section.
I got no problem with that.
9:18 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got a question. And you are listening to Q105, which is 104.7 FM. If you have a loved one who's deceased and they're in the funeral home,
yeah,
and the funeral home has a massive fire and burns to the ground, do they charge you for cremation, or is that on the house?
There's no way that happened.
It did.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Do you even attempt to save the casket or just leave it?
Fire department responds to a large fire at a well-known funeral home at Rogers and Brees Crematorium. Naturally, they don't let us by, and we're just at the mercy of their work, said David Brees of Rogers and Brees. We have to stand back and watch what happens, and it's tough to see your property up in flames.
Yeah.
And dead grandma.
They plan to rebuild the crematorium. Upon arrival, the first fire department units encountered a heavy fire from the roof of the single-story commercial structure. Firefighters then put out multiple alarms. They called additional equipment and units in because of the severity of the fire. Fire department units and firefighters were on site into early Friday morning working to put out the fire. Finally got it under control after hours. The fire was high in the roof.
Grandma had to have that last cigarette.
We had probably $500,000 worth of hearses, limousines, and a couple of them were brand new. Luckily, we had zero damage to those, so the limos and the hearses were okay.
But the ovens and the patients burnt up?
There's a lot of other stuff inside, and I got to believe that there were some bodies that were probably, in the coolers or whatever that were going to be cremated the next day.
Somebody barbecuing?
So what do you do? I mean, I would imagine that's free, right? I mean they can't charge the family if the funeral home goes up in flames. If the crematorium goes up, and
you got to ship them to the next crematorium to finish.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like a half-assed job. Is it like half done?
Yeah. He comes back
well done.
Comes back medium rare. You're like, whoa.
That's how I like my dead bodies.
Oh my God!
Hold on, guys.
Just think about that for a second. A massive fire at a crematorium. Just chew on that.
I would have added more fuel to the fire and just let it burn to the ground.
Just process that. Hey, Nike, shoe manufacturer Nike. Their latest earnings are a little lackluster, little downturn. Guess what Nike is going to do to try to jam up sales? Yeah, heads up on this. Listen, Nike planning to introduce something to jam up sales. I'll explain in a moment. Also, a pregnant woman on a flight, on a Delta flight. Is this entitlement, or is this something that somebody should have stepped up to the plate for, or sorry? Got to roll this story by you next. And also, homemade sunscreen. This is not a good idea. I mean, you got all these stupid social media videos, and we talked about this. Remember, like some of the health crazes? Remember we had a story about someone that followed some cockamamie drink with all kinds of peppers, and it burned some woman's esophagus. Had to go to the hospital because they followed some stupid recipe on Tick Schmuck.
There's all these health and wellness influencers. They have no science behind anything they preach.
Also, there are a lot of complaints about something from Costco. And how do you pronounce that? Is it Costco or is it Costco?
It's actually... The original name was Cost Company. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. But
either I made it up.
Well, but if you think about it, Costco, you don't say, how much does that cost? Unless you're from Boston, right? How much does that cost? So Costco. Isn't it supposed to be Costco? Listen, they've done something, and they're pissing some loyalists off. You might have noticed this as well. You might be angry. You might be really ticked off at Costco. Or Costco, or whatever the hell it's called. And we'll get to all of that next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. It's inevitable, folks. .30 at the MJ Morning Show and the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. We have any tickets to give away today? Or are we done with the nothing? No prizes today? Crap. No, we had nothing. Got nothing to give away today. Yeah, last week we gave away the Asia tickets. You know, Michelle and Chloe want to go see Asia. I got to see if there are any people don't pick up their tickets.
That's a good show.
Yeah, Asia's going to be at the Hard Rock Events Center coming up. I think it's the 22nd?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be scuba diving. You know, hopefully the Caribbean remains quiet after barrels through. Hey, go to Tropical Tidbits, would you please? It's a great website. Yeah, Beryl is not going to affect Florida, but, you know, again, I think it's the most powerful storm this early in a season.
Only by a few days.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, I was like July 7th.
Hang on. Just let me handle it from here.
July 7th was the other big storm.
Yeah, if you want a great website, folks, it's Tropical Tidbits. And the forecaster that runs the site, he's just so good. He's not like a TV meteorologist, but he's so scientific, and it's really good. I'm going to tell you right now, all the TV meteorologists, all the TV weather guys, they go to this site and they watch this guy. And they listen to his analysis, his forecasts. And if you look at Beryl, if you look at the 8 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time advisory, Beryl's at 130 miles an hour. And it's
barrel assing.
Yeah, it is. It's barrel assing, and it's moving at 20 miles an hour. So it's 130 mile an hour sustained winds, which is a whopper. That's a monster. And it is moving west-northwest at 20 miles an hour. And at this point, luckily the cone of uncertainty, it's below the Cayman Islands, which I'm going to Little Cayman at the end of this month for a little bit, for a little scuba time. And yeah, it's not going to affect, I don't think, the Caymans, but it's going to, roll right across, looks like Cancun, Cozumel area potentially, and then right across the Yucatan Peninsula, maybe a little Chichen Itza action, and then into the Western Gulf, and then probably it might even hook up and roll into Texas potentially.
Along the border.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but it's going to weaken. It's gonna roll. It'll roll as a Category 4 for a while, then back down to a 3 and a 2, And then once it rolls over the Yucatan Peninsula, it'll be downgraded to a tropical storm. But then there's another little tropical storm over there as well. So things are active already. I'm just hoping that, with my vacation plan, little scuba diving at the end of this month, that I don't have my vacation plans disrupted.
Oh,
but
not a way to be selfish about it.
I'm not being selfish. I'm just being honest.
But all those Mexicans and Belizean people don't get their houses knocked down. And MJ's worried about it.
Well, shut up. Shut up. Anybody would be saying the same thing. We're looking at a very active hurricane season. Hopefully last year we had our brushes, offshore, but still, pain in the ass. Hopefully, we're just going to have it'll be an active season, but nothing directly affecting the west coast of Florida. Listen, Fort Myers, Naples, they've had their fill for quite some time.
Yeah.
And we don't need any crap here in the Tampa Bay area. So hopefully, active season, yes, but hopefully it'll be quiet for west coast of Florida. And listen, I hope the whole state of Florida that things are quiet. All right, what time is it? 9:34. All right, let me lightning round a couple of things here. I saw the dumbest thing, that people are following some stupid TikTok influencer who is showing people how to make their own homemade sunscreen. And doctors are going, whoa, no, you can't nail what the effective SPF is, or even if it is effective at all.
Isn't it what the song is about? Make your own sunscreen.
No, just wear sunscreen.
No, it's wear
sunscreen.
Yeah,
I thought it was make homemade sunscreen.
No, it's not. Yeah, some dumb influencer online, Nara Smith, who does all kinds of DIY crap, do it yourself, is starting a whole, fireball here of controversy by showing people how to mix these ingredients and make your own sunscreen. Yeah, coconut oil, beeswax, shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba oil in a glass bowl. You mix it all up. And then you whisk in zinc oxide powder. Well, that's the stuff that makes up the white stuff that the lifeguards put on their noses, right?
So I'm looking at, there's a bunch of different recipes. Start with a lotion base with, like you said, the zinc oxide. Carrot seed oil.
What the hell is carrot seed oil?
Jojoba oil, like you said.
Yeah, jojoba.
Or sweet almond oil.
Sounds like a smoothie place or something. Or an acai bowl place.
So
jojoba.
Really a tasty sounding oil.
All right, listen. Don't make your own sunscreen and then try to put it on your kids and then have them out in the sun for 8 hours and they're going to come out looking like strawberries.
But they'll taste delicious.
Oh, stop it. I mean, don't follow this stupid homemade sunscreen stuff. Buy effective sunscreens that are rated online, that are tested by the consumer, folks, whether it's Consumer Reports, whether it's, some dermatologist's, website. Buy a real sunscreen and don't make the crap yourself in a frickin' Pyrex bowl in your kitchen.
Fester, see if you could look up a homemade recipe for me.
Sure.
It's for my hemorrhoids.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that.
See if there's anything out there that I could do besides, preparation aid.
Nike. What is Nike doing? Sales are down.
Well, they're paying Michael Jordan $1 billion a year.
You've got Nike shares, their stock plummeting. They have sales that are going down. They're predicting a big slump. So what is Nike going to do?
Charge more.
No, charge less.
Oh.
Well, they're going to the higher end shoes. I don't think they're going to price cut those, but Nike is going to come out with a $100 and less line of shoes. After so many shoes are $129, $139, $189, $219.
Some of those what are they, like festivals where you go and buy fancy shoes?
Oh, yeah,
Those things go for like thousands of dollars, like
and
the special colors.
You've got some shoes that were limited, or people bought shoes that are now out of production. And
there's one guy there that sniffs them and it can tell if they're fake by how they smell.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he'll be like, "These are fake." They'll be like, "Man, screw you."
He sniffs the leather.
And you tap them and you have to sniff them. They have a certain smell. They have a certain hollow sound.
Really?
There's masters out there.
No, but you have stores also. They're all over New York. And isn't there a store at the mall, at one of the malls, where they have like the secondhand shoes?
I remember there was a story a couple of years ago that the one at International Plaza was robbed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But you have some stores, and they're selling these aftermarket, or I shouldn't say aftermarket. They're collectible or out of production shoes, or shoes that are in production but they're hard to get. And you go to some of these stores, and they have the shoes wrapped in like cellophane.
Yeah.
They're wrapped in plastic so the people touching them are not leaving all their smudgy freaking Hershey Kiss finger, smudges all over them.
Even the boxes they come in are worth money.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane what some of these shoes are going for. And Nike is planning a new line, $100 or less, because their sales have plummeted. Their stock is plummeting. And they're saying that sales will decline even into 2025. But to try to counter this, Nike is going to come up with a whole new line of shoes, $100 or less.
Nice.
Yeah, Nike plunged 20% on Friday on the U.S. On the stock market.
It's not a good day.
Yep,
not a good boat shoe, and I'm in.
Yeah, Nike hiked the price of its trademark Air Jordan 1 sneakers. They sell for $150 to $200. Yeah, Adidas sells their Gazelles at $120.
You can get a Gazelle for $120, dude. I'll take it.
My New Balances are not cheap. I wear the 990s, the latest version, which I think is V6.
Nice, dude.
And these shoes, I think, are about $200, 200, whatever. But they're also made in America. These shoes are made in the United States. They're not made, by child labor in China.
And supported by dads nationwide.
Yeah. Oh, you stop it.
What?
Those all white New
Balances?
Balances.
That's the dad shoe.
That's the dad shoe. That's the sign
I don't have all white New Balances.
Listen.
And I'll tell you what, I walk 20 to 30 miles a week, and these 990s, they keep my feet in great shape. Not having pain, pain radiating to my knees or shins. No. Seriously.
You should get some Reebok pumps.
I'm walking 20 to 30 miles a week now with a 20-pound weighted vest, and I'm about to take it up to 30 pounds.
Jeez, brag
See
much?
the New Balance 608s?
Dude, those are tight.
This is the international symbol of good credit. Old man comes walking in your place with these on, you can buy anything he wants.
So we have a pregnant lady on a Delta flight. Is this entitled, or is this... I might take this story up again later on, maybe tomorrow, and maybe grab some phone calls because we're kind of late in the show. But this passenger was flying from New York to Hawaii and apparently paid for a Comfort Plus seat, but didn't get it and had to sit back in economy. Maybe they overbooked Comfort Plus, or I don't know, maybe they had some airline employees that grabbed the Comfort Plus. And anyway, this woman was flying from, again, New York to Hawaii, and allegedly had booked a Comfort Plus seat for additional leg room because she was pregnant.
Wow, you said Hawaii normally. Congrats.
Hawaii.
Oh, never mind. You just ruined it.
You're back.
But then she had to sit back in regular coach, regular economy, and not Comfort Plus economy. And she apparently approached people saying, hey, would you switch seats with me because of my condition? And people were like, no freaking way. No.
Sorry, lady.
Listen to this narrative. About 15 minutes before takeoff, a visibly pregnant woman was walking up and down toward the front of the plane. Her and a flight attendant look around for a moment, talk a bit, and then the lady approached me asking if I would be willing to switch seats with her due to her condition. I politely declined. I explained that I had specifically booked this seat because I'm 6'4" and that I needed the extra comfort and space.
That makes sense.
The attendant seemed understanding and went to ask other passengers near me, but nobody volunteered. I mean, this is New York to Hawaii. What is that?
7-hour flight?
Probably 8 hours? 8, 9 hours? New York to Hawaii? I'm going with 8, 9 hours. New York to Hawaii flight time. God. What do you have?
Damn it.
No, just flight length. Yeah, just give you flight times. You can leave JFK at 10 a.m. this morning and get to Honolulu at 2:55. Yeah, you need flight lengths, which I think it's about an 8 to 9 hours.
4 hours to California, then 4 hours to Hawaii.
It depends on what the jet stream's doing, but 4.5, 5 hours to LA.
All right.
Then well, I don't know if they're flying nonstop. So nobody took her up on it. So, I mean, do you think that's fair? I mean, do you think someone should have said, hey, you're pregnant, I'll give up my seat, or this is a long-ass flight, I booked Comfort Plus, or I was awarded and upgraded to Comfort Plus for a reason. I'm sorry, pregnant or not, you're not getting my seat.
I would have gave mine up.
Yeah, I think, would you?
Probably not.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lay the predicate here. I'm going to lay down some seeds, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow. But people are pissed at Costco or Costco. How do you say it? I mean, it is cost, right? Costco. But people say Costco. How much does that cost, or how much does that cost? So shouldn't it be Costco?
Oh, gosh.
Do you know what people are pissed off at Costco?
Does it have anything to do with the hot dogs?
Nope, but it does have to do with food.
Chickens?
It does. It's the chicken.
The chickens are getting smaller?
Well, the chickens are still $4.99. The chickens are still the same size, but do you know what happened?
They came home to roost.
The chickens are coming home to roost. No, they changed the container. Ooh. They went to an environmentally friendly container.
Where they go to a bag?
That's disintegrating and leaving 19 ounces of chicken juice and fat all over people's cars. So I don't know about that. Hold on.
There is a lot of liquid in those chickens.
There is.
You really got to be careful with them.
Listen, those are filled with water and sodium. Listen, we did a whole story on how those rotisserie chickens at a lot of stores have a lot of junk in them, that you're better off just buying your own chicken, and you're going to make a much healthier chicken if you just buy a roaster and season it up and put it in your own damn oven.
I like my chicken watery.
Yeah. Wet.
But Costco chicken fans are all over social media, all pissed off about the new plastic bag wrapping that has replaced the old plastic containers that shoppers have been used to for years. That it's leaking. Seriously, that the new containers are leaking. Like, people are getting like chicken fat and grease and stains all over their clothes and cars because the new containers are leaking. This happened back in March, that Costco started using, I guess, environmentally friendly and also cost-conscious friendly plastic bags instead of the hard plastic containers that were used to package the rotisserie chickens.
See, this is the chicken bag here.
Yeah.
And this is like what you'd buy grapes in or something.
Well, I think also I've seen supermarkets use these. I think
that.
I think Walmart even uses. Don't they use a bag, or supermarkets? Doesn't Publix come in a bag? Like if you buy a whole chicken. Anyway, so people are pissed. They are angry. They're upset.
Wow.
All because of the chicken bag at Costco or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Let's just go with Costco.
Yeah, whatever. All right. I think we're done. I think we're going to call it a day here on the MJ Morning Show. Anything else before we get out of here, guys?
That is it.
All right. It's a Monday in the books here on the MJ Morning Show, 9:46. Need to get a hold of me? I'm MJ at mjmorningshow.com. If you need to hit me up on Instagram, I am Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. My DMs are open. Folks, have a great day. See you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Ryan, by the way, filling in for Andrew. Ryan did a phenomenal job today. Without a blip, everything was perfect today. Thank you, my friend.
That means tomorrow something's going to go horrifically wrong. Good
wrong.
job.
Oh, boy.
Horrific.
All right, folks. See you tomorrow, and let's be careful out there.